Hello everyone and welcome to the Hunter Association, your source for all things Hunter x Hunter. My name is Kaige.
And my name is Dylan.
And on this week's episode, we will be talking about Hunter x Hunter 1999, episodes 49 through 51. And of course, we'll be going through our community comments. If you'd like to join in the community and have your comment read, be sure to comment on the YouTube version on the weekly community posts. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to help grow our community of Hunter x Hunter fans. Additionally, if you'd like to know when a new episode is live, click the bell to enable notifications. If you're an audio listener, make sure to rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at TXHXAPod, as well as Bluesky at THAPod for podcast-related updates and to submit responses to the weekly call-out posts. If you'd like, you can also still email us at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. As always, we provide timestamps in the description if you'd like to skip ahead to any of the aforementioned segments. So, news this week, just a tiny bit. Togashi is he's back to working on chapter 425, the manuscript, or the drafts, and he's up to page 4.
Woo! 3 pages, or 4, I guess. I don't know. When did he start page 1, actually? I don't remember.
I don't really
might
remember
have been a while back.
either. It's been a minute. But yeah, he's still working. Slowly, but he's working.
Yep. Slow but surely. I guess aside from that, also, Pito is available in Nen Impact now. So
Yeah.
you can go check them out if you want to play Nen Impact, I guess. I actually haven't had the chance to go in and actually play them myself, but excited to do so. Hopefully soon, maybe even on a stream on the channel. I think that'd be a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess a little thing to talk about is just the fact that we do have an Axe Wave coming up in Jump. And so 3 series are going and 3 series are entering, which leaves no room for Hunter x Hunter, obviously. So that means it's not coming that soon, which I thought was the case anyways. But it's looking like we're probably going to get it after either Otter of the Flame or Elusive Samurai. Those are the 2 I have my eyes on right now.
It's one of those 2. Those are the series that are definitely the closest to, Oder's a toss-up, I guess. But Elusive Samurai is very close to ending, as far as I'm aware. Mm-hmm. So, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Otter's weird. I don't know how long they're going to keep it around, but Elusive Samurai is, if you are not familiar with Jump, it's a long-running series that's been going on forever, and it's reaching its natural conclusion. So something will take its place when it ends, and it'll definitely be over before the end of the year. So see what happens.
Yeah, our predictions kind of got ruined by this Axe Wave, just due to the nature of it all. I don't think any of our predictions really came true on that front, but...
No, yeah, this is a weird Axe Wave. If you want to hear me talk about it more, check out my YouTube channel.
There you go. Nice segue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll keep you guys updated on, as more news comes out about a new series entering and whatnot, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. All right. With that, I think we're ready to talk about these episodes. You ready?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
Alright everybody, welcome to our discussion on Hunter x Hunter 1999, episodes 49 through 51. Starting off with episode 49, Heart Tone Kurapika Dowsing.
Simple one.
Yeah, classic. And yeah, so we are basically in Yorknew now. We're not quite technically there yet, but by the end of this batch we will be literally in the city and starting the arc proper. Finally.
We have a small amount of cleanup to do on Whale Island before we properly get there, especially in this episode.
Yeah, and Kurapika still has to get his job.
True. He's kind of unemployed still at the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, he's in like the second round of interviews, I guess.
Yeah. Good on him. So this episode starts with just exactly what we saw last week, with the Nen guys attacking. And Kurapika looking cool.
Very fluid animation. Basha doing a million flips in the air, the usual.
Yeah, of course. And so I really like how this plays out in this adaptation. It's very fast, which is it's cool because I mean that's probably how long it took. It's a really quick exchange. In 2011, it feels a little more drawn out, which I don't mind either. But here, it's very quick.
Yeah,
They
it's
come out.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, okay. They come out, basically just do a little bit of fighting, and then Kurapika jumps up to or I guess he runs up. I don't know. He goes upstairs.
He like
And the
jumps up
dudes.
onto the railing. Actually.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that's what happened.
He jumps from the
Yeah.
floor all the way up there. Show off.
It's impressive. Yeah. But then other dudes come out of the door up there, and so he jumps onto the chandelier, and he notices that they keep swinging at him, even though there's no point. They don't have guns; they're just swinging their swords, and they can't reach him. So he scans the area and notices that Tochino is the only one that's not getting attacked. So he grabs, and this is a really cool part too. He grabs like one of the chandelier bits, like the spiky glass bits from the chandelier.
Mm-hmm.
Jumps down and puts it at Tochino's throat and tells him to call it off.
Very fluid sequence, and yeah, like you said, very fast. Like all this is happening, like basically as fast as we're discussing it. Lightning quick makes it a little hard to keep up with at points, I think, but like it's kind of the fun of it at the same time. So I really don't mind it at all.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what 2011 did, is they just slowed it down probably for readability's sake. This one doesn't really think about that. It just kind of does it as as is.
Yeah.
It's just different approaches. I think they both work to some degree.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tochino calls off his dudes and explains this whole thing. Or well, actually, Kurapika just kind of explains it for him.
Kurapika, the man of infinite knowledge.
It's so funny. He's such a yapper, man. He just keeps talking and talking.
Everything he said makes sense, though, and I kind of like it also because it's bouncing off of just, like, everything we've been kind of taught about the fundamentals of Nen up until this point, especially in terms of, like, restrictions in order to heighten your abilities, right? So everything he says makes, clear and concise sense, when you actually are, hearing him explain it. So it's really nice. I like it. It's like immediately coming off of learning about these principles of Nen.
Yeah, it's really cool. So after that, Toshino, throws his hands in the air. All right, you guys got me. And then he says like something that kind of sets them off to insinuate that there is another plant in the room with them. So they immediately get to work on that. Well, Kurapika does. He's the only capable one here.
Is
right
anyone
now.
else doing any kind of work, really? Let's be real with ourselves here.
Well, soon they will. But really all they needed was Kurapika, to be honest. He kind of can do everything that they need him to do.
Mm-hmm.
But so he whips out Dowsing Chain. This is our first, I think our first instance of seeing it. We saw it in the train, but I don't think we saw it.
He wasn't using it for its like proper usage.
Right.
Yeah.
Just using it for combat, yeah. So he uses the Dowsing Chain on every person in the room until it starts wiggling on Squala.
Rat bastard.
Yep. Rat bastard. And he explains how Dowsing Chain works. It just detects liars, basically. In this instance, it does a lot of things, but here it's used to.
This is where the melody yapping also comes into play too, though. Like the moment anything revolving a heartbeat comes on, melody's right there to explain it.
Yeah, it's like the one friend who has like one interest. Yeah, she hears this being discussed and she immediately steps in. It's like, I got this, guys. Let me take over. And then yaps for like 2 minutes about what is going on here.
It's like, see, like everybody, like your heartbeat's supposed to be like steadily increasing, like as you get anxious about if you're going to be picked out or not. But yours was beating immediately, so you're the liar.
Yeah, it's cool here, like how it's showing that the two of the Kurapika and Melody have like a 2-point check system on their abilities. Like Kurapika is like the first wave, and then Melody can also verify the lie with the heartbeat in response to the Dowsing Chain wiggling in front of them. It's pretty cool.
It's cool synergy.
I wish we get to see that more. Yeah.
And even Basho picks up on the media. He's like, well, two of the 5 of us, they called you out. Guess I'll beat your ass now.
Yeah, but then Squala brings up a good point. He's like, well, okay, what if these two have like a whole elaborate thing going on and they're actually the plants?
They are working together quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even Baze is like, yeah, I mean, they definitely did seem to know each other before they got here, which that is original to the anime, but I mean,
But
I'm glad they brought that up.
yeah, because it makes sense too. Like, you know, if I was any of those guys, I'd be kind of suspicious of them as well, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
And then even Karapika like throws his hands up at that. Is like, well, you know, I guess we can't disprove that. So, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so he does explain, yeah, like they did meet on the way here. And then Basho, we're getting a showcase now of everybody else and what they're capable of, which is cool. Basho comes through and demonstrates his Nen ability, which we know, I forget the name of, unfortunately. It's the poet one, you know, he writes a haiku and then it comes true. But he writes something burst into flames, whatever, I don't know.
Anything I punch bursts into flames.
Right.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he punches like a chair and it goes flying at the TV.
And it's just like a small little flame on it.
Yeah. And this is actually an aspect I forgot about his ability, in that it's like effectiveness is influenced by like the quality of the poem.
Yeah, which is why, like, you know, when we had that discussion before with insert names prior comment about just like this ability somehow like breaking concepts of Nen or whatever, like, I don't know, like, I think it's the coolest like thing where, like, you know, it could have infinite potential, but Basho's just a shitty poem writer, so like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's pretty strict rules, I think. Like it's hard to, especially on the fly, to just come up with something here. And also, I do want to say, even though the thing we're about to talk about, the lie detector thing, where, you know, if you lie you die, we technically don't even know if that works. We didn't see it used on a liar.
Yep.
So, I don't know. It sounds broken, but, like, it might not even work.
Yeah, like, cause, like, I mean, the poem was kind of, like, not really creative, too, so, like, anything would have happened, actually? That, you know, questions to be asked.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't really know. But yeah, so he does basically what I just said. He writes a poem that if you lie, you'll have a painful death. And then he goes around the room and asks everybody if they're the infiltrator until he gets to Squalla, and Squalla's just
He's
sweating. It's really funny.
Yeah, so
even though at this point, like, it is you. Like, there's just no way it's not.
Yeah,
but
even if the... It's just really funny to me because, like, he just explained, like, how, like, you know, the better the poem, the more effective it is. But, like, it was not a good poem, I think. It was, like, literally just, like, spelling out what he wanted to happen. And Squalla is, like, shitting his pants over it. It's so funny.
It's really funny. I love Squalla.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he confesses, puts his hands up. A lot of that going on in this episode.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he gives in and explains his whole deal about how he's not actually a licensed hunter, but he is a manipulator. He's an end user, and he's given orders to his manipulated things, which we don't know what they are yet.
Nope,
well, we
yet.
do, but and then he's like, you know, you can't torture it out of me. You're never gonna learn my shit. And then Baze comes in and uses her ability, Instant Lovers, kisses him, and here we begin a very interesting scene.
Yeah, interesting is a word to describe it.
So before we get to the weird part, I do want to mention how, like, I really like the way Instant Lovers is animated. Like, how his eyes, like, you know, bug out with hearts, and there's, like, this cool effect on, like, his actual heart. Like, it glows and, like, hearts pour into it. It looks cool.
It looked very nice, for sure.
But then she explains that her ability turns anybody she kisses into a slave.
And
so he...
Yeah, lots of stuff happens. How can we even, like, accurately convey what happens here in words that, like, doesn't get us banned?
It's, you know, it's the classic dominatrix stuff. She's just, like, stepping all over him. He loves it.
He says, please walk all over me. Word
yeah. And she's just, like, belittling him. And also, she's like, I gotta record this. She pulls out a camera. So funny.
And stepping on bodily parts the entire time.
Yeah, that was crazy, bro.
And
CBT and My Hunter x Hunter.
I don't remember this in 2011. I'm just saying.
I don't even know if this was in the manga. I wish I got the volume. I don't recall it being this crazy, but
yeah, I don't ever recall it being this crazy. But like, it kind of makes me like Baze more than I originally did in a weird, twisted way.
I
really
like
funny.
Baze. She's very funny. But yeah, as that is happening to Squalla, he's now explaining his net ability because she asked.
No, well, she said, "I will stop doing this if you don't."
Well, right. yeah, I'll stop doing it. It's so funny.
He's like,
the
no,
threat is
please.
to stop doing it. That's amazing. But yeah, he explains his whole ability about the dogs and stuff.
And at the very end, after the explanation, he gives a very very loud moan.
Yeah, he busted, bro. He busted.
Yeah, don't watch this episode with your parents in the room, because
yeah, that was wild, man.
I was not expecting it to go that crazy.
Yeah,
that was something.
Yeah, so hope you brought a change of pants.
And there was a little detail that amused me too, where Kurapika was thinking to himself, "Is like that could have been me," and he was like actually like terrified at the thought of it.
What a sight that would be. So that's that. That's actually all we get on Kurapika in this episode.
Yeah, we'll come back to him in the next episode.
Yeah. So we're back to Greed Island, where the boys get their airdropped joy station. So it's just fascinating to me.
3 generations old, by the way. Confirmed.
Yeah, 3 generations old. So in Hunter x Hunter World, they're on the PS4, right?
Yeah. Something like that.
How about that? Or JS4.
JS4. Goes kind of hard.
It does. So yeah, here in the scene, Kilo's in this weird ass outfit, which I do want to acknowledge before anybody in the comments comes at me again like the Kurapika outfit. Yeah, this is in the manga. I know. I'm aware. But that doesn't mean it doesn't look like shit. Sorry. It looks like ass.
Like Kurapika's outfit in like a weird way. Like his old...
A little bit. Yeah.
Maybe it's just like the blue and yellow, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Looks kind of
definitely like Elam-y kind of coded too. But yeah, I hate this outfit a lot. I really, not my favorite Kilo fit. He's usually a very drippy character, so it's especially apparent here to me.
He doesn't wear this one for long, at least.
No, yeah, it's just this episode, I'm pretty sure.
Also, we're back to the just straight black eye catches now.
Yeah.
What is happening?
I think that remains. That's all these episodes, right? I don't think.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, but like we just saw like the one of like the buildings in the last batch. So now
right,
I'm
last
confused.
episode.
Like, what is happening with these?
I don't think they know what to do with it anymore.
Which is so crazy. It was just like character sketches before in the first half of the series. Can you just not reuse those?
I guess not.
Not in the budget?
Apparently not. That's really weird. So yeah, come back from the eye catch though, and the boys are setting up the joy station, putting the memory card in, and they see that every block of memory is taken up by Greed Island.
Crazy.
Name drop.
Name drop.
And so now the boys begin their escapades in trying to figure out what this game is. You know, they look online, they call people, and they come to the realization that this thing does not exist by any normal means.
No, yeah. It's this is an anomaly of a game, essentially.
Yeah, and they find out it's like a hunter game in particular. It's worth a lot of money. Like, what was it? 5 retail, by the way, like 5.8 billion.
Something like that. Yep. It not for the it's only for the wealthy.
Yeah. And then anything before he calls Miluki that we should talk about here?
They go through a few different things. Like they try to see if it was available anywhere. They didn't find any matches. And Killua gets the bright idea of like, I'm gonna search on I'm gonna search for like people who like maybe like we're gonna put in a request online for if anybody has this game. And then they get like 10 like million different like offers or something like that. when they come to the realization that like, oh, this was like they're probably just trying to scam us on like fake games, because like there's only a certain amount made in the world, right? I think they find
100
that out
copies,
before,
yeah.
yeah, they find it out before he calls Bluesky. So yeah, Killua's about to like give up basically. He's like, well, I got nothing, and then he comes back and he's like, well, I could call somebody, but don't really want to.
Yeah, so then he gets his phone out and calls Bluesky, of course, who looks disgusting.
He looks bad.
He is drawn so grotesque in this adaptation. It's hilarious.
And surely that was the intent behind it. Too,
Oh, yeah.
Right? But
for sure.
Oh, man. That character is gross.
Yeah. So, yeah, also, so in the scene, you can see, like, a bunch of figurines in the background and stuff. They're a lot less... It's kind of just, like, vague shapes of figures. You can't really tell what many of them are supposed to be. You can sort of make out the Yu Yu Hakusho figures that are present in the manga. I can vaguely see the shape of, Yusuke, Kurama, and Kuwabara. And there's also some Godzilla-esque figures on the top shelf. You get a clear shot of them again later, too.
He's one of you, Kaige. He's a Godzilla fan.
Yeah, he is, yeah. That's great. I love to be compared to a guy like this. But yeah, so Kilo was just talking about the fact that he's just asking about the game, and Bluesky's like, nah, I tried when I was like 5, but couldn't really make it happen. Didn't have any money back then. Kilo was just kind of goading him on, like, oh, so you gave up? It's like, hell no, I don't give up. I got some leads now. So he tells him, Kilo offers the memory card in exchange for the the information he has. Which, apparently even having a memory card of this thing is unheard of.
Yeah, so Bluesky very obviously wants the memory card to try and like be able to replicate the game itself. And in exchange, Killua and Gon's going to get some information to where they can maybe get their hands on an actual copy of the game.
Yep. So the two leads he has are the Hunter website and the Yorknew City auction.
Hunter website basically just being exclusive for like all kinds of top secret information, so that's an obvious one. And then the auction is just like the largest thing in the world at this point, right? In terms of like rare items you can get. So
yeah, and there's specifically heard a rumor that somebody's selling off like up to dozens of copies.
Yeah, or rather, there's a collector that's like hoarding a bunch of copies, and so they talk about those rumors here too, right? That there's like one person who's like,
it's one person. Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be, from that rumor stemming, there's going to be some copies sold at the auction as well.
Yeah. Yep, so that sets things into motion. Killua sends off the memory card, and Gon is about to just use the Hunter website on his home computer, but Killua's like, what the hell are you thinking, bro? That's a terrible idea.
The idea of like him just doing that and then just having a shit ton of assassins show up at Whale Island is quite the thought to have.
Dude, that would have been next level bad, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think Gon would ever leave Whale Island again at that point. So
yeah, he'd have his hands full.
Yeah.
So that gets them to leave. Basically, they're done here at Whale Island, and now need to go and get to a public computer to use the Hunter website. Mm-hmm. And then, do we really end on this? Yeah, we do. We end on Bluesky just like watching like a YouTube video essay about Greed Island.
Eating a bunch of snacks.
Yeah.
He's like,
bro, he's like me for real.
the scene where it pans out and he's like triple keyboard desktop setting it up, doing all of his research. Like, wow. Yeah, that's just like me for real. Multitasking, having YouTube on one monitor, like what I'm working on the other. Subway Surfers in the corner.
Yep, Family Guy clips on the other.
Yep. Yeah,
Togashi was very ahead of his time, apparently.
The fact that he has 3 different keyboards is like crazy though. Like
It's amazing. It's not even 3 monitors. It's just 3 like PCs with monitors attached straight up.
And the fact that he's like using both of his hands on 2 different keyboards at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, okay. I don't even know if
He's
I'd
only
be able
looking
to-
at one screen.
He's
Bro's
done it so many
skilled.
times. Yeah, no, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. So that's that episode. It's an episode. It was good.
It happened, yeah. The Bay stuff is still wild. Like that was the highlight of the episode.
That was crazy.
But it was fine. Pacing was fine, and everything looked fine. There wasn't like a ton to like actually be animated in the episode.
Yeah, not really.
You know, nothing crazy to speak about there, but like it looked fine overall. Perfectly serviceable episode, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I liked it. It was serviceable and good. Just nothing too special, I suppose.
Yeah.
So this now brings us to episode 50, Killua Big Fortune Hunter's Tavern.
Okay.
Cool. And we start off this episode with the same thing again.
I don't know what they were doing here. Like we're long past this now. Like,
They love it.
did we need to show it again?
No is the answer, but they did it anyways.
It looks cool at least, so like I'll give it a pass. But come on, what are we doing here?
It's also funny because they show that and then they cut to Gon and Killua after. What?
Point?
I don't really know.
But we get a nice little shot here of like the sun rising and like it kind of like being like lensed through this like I don't even know what it's called, but like it's like this like circular.
I think that's the gravestone, isn't it?
Oh, that is the gravestone. Yeah. Okay, I remember now. Yeah. So shining through the gravestone. It's a really nice looking shot. That would be a nice episode opener if we didn't have like a flashback montage of like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. So weird. So the boys are bidding farewell to Mito and her mother, and they ask them to write them letters. And Kiyo's like, that's so old fashioned. I only write letters when I'm like to threaten people, is what he says.
Gon is like freaking out, like, Killua, you're so funny, man. You're so funny.
Yeah, just a joke. It's classic.
Like, and then he continues, and Killua's like, oh yeah, there was this one. It was like a death threat, like Zoldyck style. Like, you know, that was cool. And Gon's freaking out more like, he's just a fan of dark humor. You know, don't pay him any mind. Ha ha ha. Right, Killua? Right? You like dark humor? Right?
Yeah.
I love the voice acting in this part. Like, Gon is like legit freaking out. It's so funny.
It was amazing. I love this little moment, and I love Killua like matching his expression with like the little hands up in the background. So funny. And they're just like, I guess I don't understand your big city jokes. Cool, nailed it. But then Mito tells Killua to make sure to come visit them again with Gon.
No.
It's very sweet. Definitely gets like some kind of response out of Killua.
One day, hopefully.
I hope so. That'd be nice. So they set off to another adventure on an airship, and we got a nice little montage here of just them going through different places. I don't know, just figuring out where to go. I honestly don't exactly know what they're doing, but they're doing something.
It reads a little weird because like we kind of already like they've discussed with each other exactly what they're going to do next, but like it feels like a very this entire scene reads off as if they're just kind of still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like all they need to they literally discuss it. They just need to go to like some public cafe, probably close to Yorknew or in Yorknew, and then they can do everything from there.
Yeah,
odd.
it's really, really odd. And you know, by the time they actually settle in a place, I don't think this even is Yorknew yet. They're just kind of in a place.
Oh, you know what? No, they were killing time. Okay, I remember now. They were killing time because they were waiting for Miliki to send them the URL address for the hunter site.
Oh.
they didn't want to communicate over the phone.
Oh, yeah.
So he sent it via like carrier pigeon.
That's
basically.
right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that detail. Okay. Yeah.
That makes more sense now. So ignore my gripes with that prior.
Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah, sorry. Oops.
But regardless, I don't think they're in Yorknew yet, which is weird because, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure they were in Yorknew when they did this part in the manga, but maybe I'm wrong.
I guess I can't confidently say, but yeah, I guess either way, they could have just like gone straight to Yorknew and just like chilled there. Like, did they? I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to have adventures in the meantime.
Yeah.
Who am I to judge?
So, they get to some public, I don't know, internet cafe or something, and they go on the Hunter website, and it looks cool as hell. I really like what they did here in the 99 adaptation. In 2011, it's still fine, but it's more like alive, like the people are actually like moving their lips and talking on the screen. And it's always felt a little like odd to me, like that's just like a little too much, I feel. But like this is perfect. Like this just feels like an old Flash website that you'd see on like, I don't know, Nickelodeon.com or some shit.
Yeah, like very low budget but like nostalgic kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It really nailed it. It's definitely like a it's encapsulating the time period in which this was actually produced.
Yeah.
I really like it for that.
Yeah, it's just really cool and authentic. I think it like really reads as an actual like old computer program or website.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So they find the place to get information on games, and they find Greed Island. There's also a cute little scene where they're scrolling through all the names of the game, and they're like both sounding out like the G sound because they're searching for Greed Island. It's cute. And they find it, and then they realize that they have to pay, what is it?
A lot of money.
A lot of money. I don't know how much it was. Something like 20 million?
20
yep,
million.
20 million. Jesus.
Gone makes a nice little comment that I really like. He was like, man, I'm really getting like numb to like all this like huge spending.
Yeah. It's really funny.
Not good.
But then they're ultimately like, I mean, I guess that's a fair price considering the game's worth 5.8 billion. So Gon whips out his credit card, I guess he has. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? And then the guy, I guess it's not a guy, but then
the bartender NPC.
Yeah, the NPC.
Because I don't know if we mentioned it, but like this entire thing is like in like a tavern.
Yeah.
It's
like a saloon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really cool looking. So he starts telling them all the information about the game. Basically, it was made by a small, independent studio of all NEN users. Only 100 copies exist. The players get sucked into the game, whenever it's turned on.
The console doesn't turn off even when it's unplugged as long as somebody's in the game.
Yep. And he also brings up an audio recording of, is this?
It was a testimonial from what was
an
it?
owner?
Yeah. Yeah, one owner of the game gave a testimony on the condition of anonymity. So
yeah. So only NEN users can play it, and they tried to clear the game. He hired 50 hunters. 3 of them were professionals, and none of them came back. So 50
Eerie.
people.
Yeah. Wow.
Gone. Yeah. Damn. Then the bartender reveals that the current bidding price is about 8.9 billion as the minimum bid. So it's gone up in price by a lot, obviously. So that kind of derails them because how the hell is that possible? Like 5 billion was already way more than they could manage.
Mm-hmm. And
then my app has frozen. God damn it.
Wow, yippee. So the Killua and Gon are just kind of like freaking out about this. But they realize as well from what the little NPC bartender is saying that like technically though the difficulty level for finding this is like very easy actually. It's lower. It was lowered to H, I believe. Because like
yes.
Really the only barrier to getting this is money. So you can find the copy pretty easily, at if you know where to look, aka like the auctions, right? You just need to be able to actually buy it. That's the only barrier.
Yeah. But they did bump the difficulty slightly up to G just because of the amount of money.
It's a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, not really that hard, all things considered. And I mean, like, yeah, there's definitely way more difficult things you can do as a hunter. This is just money. And that's not easy per se, but I mean, technically the boys could just grind Heaven's Arena for like a couple months, and honestly, they would probably get enough money to do this.
It's always interesting because I've thought about this many different times before, like why they didn't just float that idea in the first place of going back there and just like getting a lot of money in like a week or two, right? But I mean, I guess maybe the amount of time maybe waiting for matches wouldn't have been like very efficient.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me because they talk about how they have money left over from Heaven's Arena, but they never floated the idea of actually going back and like just discussing like, well, what if we just like go do some matches, you know?
The one thing I'll say in Togashi's defense on that is that Kilo is banned now.
Ah, true. Okay, I forgot about that.
But Gon still could have done it.
Yeah. And they're both not like, okay, just camera is gone. It's just me on the layout now.
Am I back?
Yeah, because like they're not we also see like very soon they're not opposed to like splitting up and like doing their own things to try and get some money as well, right? So I don't know, just an interesting thing to kind of think about.
Yes. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what the hell happened. Anyways, but yeah, it's it's still a valid idea. I mean, but whatever, they both can't do it. So
it's just it was an interesting thought to me was all.
Yeah. So they were just trying to find some ways to get money. Basically, they're trying to find some leads, and that's where we leave them for the time being. Then we cut to Melody in the woods where she spots Karapika, who is just kind of putting his hand in the river. Don't really know what he's doing, but go for it, man. And Melody points out that his heartbeat sounds really nice.
Oh, how sweet.
And then Karapika gets up, and then she's like, oh, your heartbeat changed. Now it's the same as before. So, damn. And then Karapika is like, you really shouldn't talk so much. It can, give away information. You can learn a lot about a person from just talking, yada, yada, emo stuff.
And then Melody is like the angel on his shoulder. It's like, well, like, we could even deceive each other with how much we talk. Or like you can deceive yourself. Something like you can lie to yourself and, follow your heart, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing a lot, obviously.
Yeah. It's a nice little scene, though. I'm pretty sure that's not present in the manga. But I like it.
Yeah, I don't ever remember that scene. But, little moments like that really does, add a lot to these characters' dynamics. And I've always really appreciated Melodies and Karapika's especially, and I think this kind of adds to it even more.
Yeah, totally. So we then cut back to the mansion where Squalla is asking them to present what they've brought as I don't know what you call them, like just tributes. I don't know. But they needed to get one of the items on the list to get the job. So they all
Baze
present
asks him if he wants to be a slave again. Also,
oh yeah,
that was a funny comment.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. So they all present their things. Just Karapika has hair from an actress. Baze has a unicorn head. Melody has what was this? This is a brain tissue from the assassinated dictator General Sharman.
Very unlike Melody's character to have.
I love that. And Basha had like a mummy leg.
Mummy arm, yeah.
Or arm, yeah. Epic. And then Squalla's like, yeah, seems pretty legit. And then he calls Dalsone to check it out, who is just like aura farming on the upstairs. Just drops a curtain and he's there chilling.
And Karapika, I think, or maybe it was someone else, I can't remember. They make a comment, it was like, why was he like hiding the entire time?
Yeah.
Not in the first place.
Like, why not just do that immediately?
So he really was just aura farming to be like, yes, I am the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
He didn't even do anything.
So they then bring the stuff back up to him. I have to move it again. And then he doesn't go down to them. What an asshole.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he checks him out. He's like, yep, nice job. You guys got the job. And then he just introduces himself. He's Dalzone, which we already knew. Then he hits a JoJo pose for no reason. Like, literally. This is like Jotaro's pose. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but right on, man.
It's so like for no reason too. Like it's nothing exciting is even happening.
No,
I think Tagashi really just
no
wanted
reason.
to draw a JoJo pose.
Yeah.
Not Tagashi. God, I wish that'd be awesome. But no, the animators just wanted to have fun with this.
He might have done this in the manga. I feel like I'd remember, but
I was going to say I feel like
know.
you would have like mentioned that to me if that was a thing that happened. But you know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I got nothing on that.
In the break when we go to community comments, I'll go grab the volume because I'm curious about that actually.
Okay, sounds good.
So yeah, he just gives them the debrief on the job after introducing himself. He's the head bodyguard, by the way. He's the underboss of the family currently. What Kurapika will end up being. And he's explaining the whole job. It's, just how to get there. Take a limo from the hotel. Yada yada. 35-hour trip. Total.
Pretty long trip.
Yeah, for sure. And then this is a scene I've always really loved for some reason. Kurapika asks, who the enemy is, basically. And he's just like, there's just too many to keep track of. Doesn't really matter. A bunch of people. And Kurapika's like, no, you don't understand. Who's actually going to do something? Mm-hmm. And then Dalzone responds, he's like, no, you don't understand. It doesn't matter who's actually going to do something. We got to treat everybody equally. Everybody is an equal threat to the boss. And the reason I love this scene so much is because, up to this point, we've seen Kurapika be like the smartest man in the room. He's just so intelligent. Everything he says is correct. And then this is the first time we get to see him actually challenged.
Yeah.
Like, he gets humbled here. He's wrong. Just straight up.
And it's purely off of the basis of his own emotions as well, and what he's actually attached to trying to find, right? And so it's a direct challenge to his character's motives, and that's something I really appreciate as well.
Yeah, it's so cool. I love how Togashi lets his main characters be flawed.
Yeah,
it's a very small thing, and tons of authors do it, but I don't know, the way Togashi does it in particular is just fantastic, especially with Gon later, obviously, but.
Yeah.
This is also just a really nice small example of it.
It was clear and concise and humbling someone who got tunnel visioned on his own motives, right? So yeah, very effective, very simple scene, but very effective.
Yeah, so cool. So after this, they're pretty much done being debriefed, and we cut back to Gon and Killua, who are in some kind of town square. And they are just kind of, bummed out about how they've accomplished absolutely nothing with their initial plans here to get money. Yeah,
for further context, because I don't think we really elaborated on what they were doing. They basically got into the scalping business to try and get some money. And they failed miserably.
Yeah.
They got some geezer, as Killua puts it, that tricked them into trying to bid on a vase or something, and lost a lot of money because of it. Not good.
Yep. Yeah.
They got a base for a good deal apparently, and then they spent 8 hours only to get back 900 Jenny as on profit.
Yeah, so net profit here was just 985 Jenny
for an entire day worth of work. Good job.
Yeah. Killua really, they're starting to argue here, but Killua has a funny line where he's like, if it took us that long to get 985, think about how many centuries it'll take to make 8 billion. So then they just get into a shouting match in public, and they're getting spectators. And also, we get another Togashi cameo here.
We forgot to mention it too. Togashi made a little cameo when they were first looking up stuff on the computer back at Whale Island. So yeah, we had a little Togashi icon there, basically saying, no requests matched, whatever. And now we have Togashi himself here again, narrating Killua and Gon's shouting match.
Not actually him speaking, by the way.
No.
just to note. But it is his like character, his mascot guy. But yeah, this is just something I really appreciate about 99. Togashi is all over the place, whereas 99 removes pretty much all of the instances of Togashi's mascot appearing, except for Neon's little phone charm, I think. That's about it.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's
really
just cool.
appreciate these little references. It's just like it's nice little fan service that's like very harmless and fun. Like I dig it a lot.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's there to like give like a life lesson, like basically just don't be a scalper, just don't do it.
Yep.
Is basically what the lesson boils down to. And every time he barks, he like pulls a little string on the mask that moves the eyebrows and tongue of the mask. It's really funny.
Very funny.
So, yeah, they're arguing. They're wanting to do a contest to see who can get the most money in a week. By August 31st when they go to Yorknew, then they storm off in opposite directions as the crowd like claps. I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Oh, they with the stipulation also that whoever loses has to do one thing
Oh, right.
the winner asks. That's important.
Correct. Yes. Then we cut to back to Whale Island for a second, where Mito's like, I hope they're getting along. Or actually, the grandma's like, I hope they're getting along. And Mito's like, yeah, they're both pretty mature for their age. I'm sure they're chilling.
Yeah, very mature. I just want to point. This was a really funny thing. He doesn't look like him at all, but like for a split second, like there was a guy like in the bar when they were talking. I was like, "Is that Heihachi?"
Yeah, that guy has a very distinct design. I was really trying to like wonder, like, is that some kind of reference? It has to be somebody because he's just he stands out so much.
I saw the hairline. I'm just like, Heihachi from Tekken? Like, what the hell?
He lives on Whale Island. He retired and lives on Whale Island now.
You know, fair enough considering all that he's went through.
Yeah, died like 4 times.
Yeah.
So now we have another funny scene where Kilo goes to a casino, which immediately is just like, well, dumbass.
He has the glasses on too. As if,
yeah.
Like, you know, he's trying to fit it right in. He's so funny. God.
Yep. So he's stopped by security, obviously, and Kilo's like, yeah, I get that a lot. I'm actually 20, but I look like I'm 12. And the guard is obviously not buying it, so he flashes his ID. Which he says that he had to pay Miliki 500,000 Jenny to make that. I guess he just believes it. I mean, I don't think I would, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, you would think you'd question it a little bit more, but you know, maybe he felt threatened. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. So he goes in. Yeah. Meanwhile, Gon is what is he even doing exactly? He's trying to buy.
He's bidding on a rocking chair.
Yeah, rocking chair. I guess he's still trying to be a scalper. I don't know his approach.
I think he's still trying to be a scalper, and he got last second outbidded by somebody. The classic eBay situation going on here.
Iconic. Yeah, very of the time. eBay was like just starting up back then, and everybody was on that shit. So that they're both. I mean, we don't really get to see how Kilo is doing at this moment, but even without seeing it, we know he's failing miserably.
Yeah.
So they're both fucking up. And we cut back to the man of the hour, Miluki, who has reconstructed Greed Island to the best of his ability, but he's just like, wow, the game's not running. NPCs walking through walls, impossible. And you know, I just have to wonder, like, if he really got that far, why didn't he just like assume that that's how the game was? Like, games have bugs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But also the fact that like you can even like see like NPC or have NPCs walking through walls in like some kind of like viewable way in general, I think that's pretty damn impressive for like a NEN user only game, you know, with these special conditions.
Yeah. I'm 90% sure this is also anime original. I don't think he reconstructed anything in the manga. I could be wrong once again. I don't know, but I
feel
really
like I
don't
remember it just
that.
being like the game just wouldn't run at all, no matter what.
Yeah, like I distinctly remember him calling Killua again and being like, "This shit is not gonna work. I can't do anything with this." But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Either way, point being here, Miluki's pissed.
Yeah, he's really pissed. He's shoving potato chips down his throat. and just being pissed until he eventually gets the initiative to go to the auction himself. So he needs a little bit more money, so he tells probably his dad that he'll kill 15 people, so let me borrow 15 billion, Jenny.
And presumably that's allowed, so I guess Bluesky kills 15 people off screen in the meantime.
Yep. Cool.
He's putting in the work now.
Yeah. So he's heading off, and then he remarks that the last time he left the house was when he was 10 years old.
And that is the most believable sentence in the entire series, I think.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh,
then we cut to a different airship with Hisoka in a suit.
Yeah,
damn, bro.
whoa.
Clean.
He is dripped out here.
Dude, this is straight up Succession War. Like, it's got the hair and everything.
Yeah, this is like, yeah. Like, are we animating Succession War now? Like, is this what's happening?
Yeah, a little early.
Yeah.
But he's just talking about how he's excited for what's to come, basically. He's hoping that Kurapika will be there, and that he hopes to have him on his side when things go down with the spiders.
Curious.
Wonder what will happen. Yeah, that's also a anime original scene, which I like quite a bit.
Yeah.
It adds nothing really, but it's just cool. I don't know.
It's nice to see, like, just Hisoka in the process of even getting to Yorknew in the first place, I think, rather than just him magically being there whenever, the whole gang is there.
Yeah. And, actually, I just realized that that's what we just saw as his private airship that he was talking about before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He does have private
cool.
transportation. Nice little continuity there.
Yeah. So then we cut back to Kurapika and the gang, who are about to go meet their boss. And they see on the way this like painting that's like 3D. It's like a guy screaming, guy or girl, I don't know.
Yeah.
Screaming, and they're like, "Is that like real?" And Dalton is like, "Yep, that was the guy you're replacing." He foolishly ignored warnings, made a bad play, and yep, now he's that.
That was his punishment. So it's implied that like not even like the enemy did that; they just straight up did that.
Yeah, they just did it.
Like, whoa, okay, man, chill.
Yep. So then they enter the room of their boss, and we get to see our first look at Neon in her iconic introduction pose that would later be referenced in Sakamoto Days.
I didn't even know that. What?
Yes, there's a character in Sakamoto Days later in the manga who is, it's like legit. I'll show you later. It's literally just Neon. Like the design is taken and everything. It's crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah, you'll have to show me. I'm curious about that.
Yeah. But yeah, she's pink in this.
Yeah.
Which I actually really like. It looks
I really like
good.
it too. Yeah. No, the color scheme fits, I think.
Yeah, it's awesome. I was like really, it was like a kind of like a flashbang when I first saw it because I'm so used to blue. But as we just saw more of it, I really like it actually. It fits. I
also think that like something about Neon's character design is like a lot more fitting to like the artistic style of 1999 compared to
honestly,
2011. That was like the first thought that came to my mind.
Yeah, she looks fantastic in this. We'll talk about a really good piece of animation with her in this next episode. But yeah, she's great. I really like how she looks in this.
Yeah, very good introduction here.
Yeah. So that's that episode. Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. We're on a pretty good streak with this batch, I think. You know, the little scenes and anime original stuff that they added were, either harmless or they added, if anything. Mm-hmm. And everything looked nice. There was some fun humor, fun little bits. Kept me entertained. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, it's just super solid episode. It's not rewriting the Bible or anything, but it's good shit. I liked it.
Yeah, not bad at all.
So that brings us to the final episode of this batch, episode 51, Spider, Yorknew, Assemble.
Here we go.
Baby. Much to talk about here.
We're finally here.
Yes, we are here. We begin on an airship where we see the bodyguards minus Kurapika, who are looking over Yorknew City and just kind of discussing what's going to happen. And we see Kurapika in the back on the phone with somebody.
Wonder who.
And he rejoins the crew, and then they are just kind of they're talking. Well, Kurapika's having an inner monologue about what's gonna happen here, and he mentions that he knows the spiders are gonna be here for sure, and that gets his heartbeat to change. Also, Hisoka will be there too, and Melody takes note of the heartbeat change. So
he's also
now,
like gripping the paper in his hands too. Like,
yeah,
very obvious. He's not good at hiding his emotions.
No, he's like shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
like, you have
losing it.
chains on you still, man. Like, those are gonna
Yeah,
rattle.
people can hear that shit. Yeah. Then they land, and Neon gets off the plane, and now she's like very pink. It's like even more pink than last episode. It's like brighter.
They love pink on her, for sure.
They do. Now we get our first real scene with her in the car with Dalsone, where they're just kind of he's what is Dalsone talking about here actually? Just how people wanted their fortunes read, I guess, in the mafia space, because this is how her dad has made it up through the ranks in the mafia world.
Lots of favors.
Yeah. And he hands her a stack of papers to write the fortunes on, and she's just wondering where her dad is.
Yeah, she doesn't want to do it. She's like, no, I don't want to do this. I'm done.
Yep. And Dalsone says, oh, he's on very important business, and she's just like, oh, come on, no, he's on like vacation with a woman. So she calls him, and just we don't get to hear the phone call really, at least from his side. But okay, here it is. During the scene, we get an amazing shot of Neon that I'm obsessed with, where she's like all up in the camera.
Yeah,
her eyes are massive.
It's very interesting. That caught me off guard because like I wasn't sure like what the framing of that was supposed to be at first. So I just thought it looked really, really weird. And then she moved back, and I was like, oh, like I get it now. But
yeah,
that was very odd.
It's like a fisheye lens in like a weird part of the camera, and then you back up and you can tell. But I love it. It looks like the Megamind meme.
Yeah, it does. It just doesn't make sense when you think about like the camera placement, because that's just like on the car window. Like I don't like. The framing of it is just very unnatural, I think, which is why it caught me off guard. Not to say it looked bad, because like I definitely
not at all.
It's like it's the Megamind meme, basically, right? Like
yeah,
like you said, but
it's so funny. Like her head is massive. Even when you see it move, it's really good animation, by the way. It's just
yes.
I think it's a weird. I think the problem here was probably the background, like whoever animated the foreground. Probably, or the keyframes probably expected the background to match the camera angle, but instead it's just like a flat background, so it looks a little weird. But
because like her head kind of just like shrinks back to normal as she moves back into the background,
Yeah,
it just looks
but
off.
it's really funny and cute. I love that piece of animation.
Unintentional, good looking scene.
Yeah. But anyways, she ends the phone call with her dad promising to give her like treasure if she does the fortunes, which likely has happened hundreds of times, but it pleases her every time regardless. So she gets out lovely Ghost Rider, and we get our first look. And yeah, it definitely is Slimer from Ghostbusters in this adaptation. But
it is Slimer for sure.
Looks cool. I love, this is in both every adaptation and the manga, but their eyes go all blank and the ghost takes over and just writes fortunes. It's really cool. And then Dalsone picks up one of the fortunes, and is this when he like actually reacts, or is that later?
He reacts. His eyes get a little wide.
Yeah, it's a little wide about one of the fortunes he reads. So we then cut back to Kurapika and the gang, where Basho. Oh wow, this scene is very short. But Basho just basically telling him, like, remember the thing he said about every enemy being an equal threat. That wasn't even really worth mentioning, but I started talking about it, so I guess I'll finish talking.
Hey,
about
yeah. Understand.
But then we get to a part that I actually really want to talk about. We get the first look at several members of the Phantom Troop walking through the desert to make it to Yorknew.
Very cool looking setup for the shot here, as they're just kind of like walking through the desert.
Yeah, it's like the car passes, and then after it passes, we see them walking. And we got Franklin, Nobunaga, Phaeton, and Machi. Machi not being new, but everybody else is here.
They gave Phaeton his broken English back. Let's go, dude.
Yes, they did. But also his voice is very feminine, which I was not expecting at
Very
all.
childlike, for sure.
Yeah, it reads to me like they just didn't know his age.
Yeah, that's kind of
when
what
they did this.
That was what crossed my mind too.
And they probably didn't know his age because at this point, this was so close to the manga. Like, the manga was barely ahead of this at this point. That's why they eventually had to go off air and do OVAs later. So there was no data books or like interviews or anything to go off of for these characters' ages. So they probably just actually assumed he was a child. And I mean, you can't even blame him because the way he speaks too. You know, you probably would think he's just like some weird uneducated kid, but no, he's an adult, full adult. So yeah, hearing that voice is very interesting, and it also it makes me want to add some credence to the people that theorized that he's a Zoldyck because his voice definitely matches Kilo and Ilumi at least.
Yeah, no, with this adaptation especially, I can see where your mind would go to that.
Yeah, but Nobunaga and Franklin sound great, pretty much exactly how you'd expect. So yeah, they're just talking. They're all wondering if Hisoka's gonna show up. They're saying like, Machi, that was your deal. Phaeton's wondering like why the hell he's even a part of the crew, and saying, Nobunaga's talking about how bungee gum is useful.
Wouldn't want to fight that.
Yep, sure wouldn't. Hopefully you never have to.
Yeah, hopefully never.
Franklin and Nobunaga get brief beef, and they start fighting in the background, which is really funny. But they're really like slowly fighting. They're like just sluggishly throwing punches at each other.
Yeah.
As they keep walking.
Also, while we're here, by the way, what do we think about Nobunaga's design here? Like his clothing specifically.
Yeah.
What is he? Why, bro? You do not have that shit on. I'm gonna be so for real.
Yeah, it looks a little whack. His pants are just not right. They're like they're like really tight boxers.
Yeah, it looks weird. That's kind of what I wanted to bring to the table here. I don't really like it that much, but it could change.
Yeah.
It could look better maybe in other episodes. I don't know, but here it looks a little weird.
It definitely does, and I don't recall. You know, it's again, I don't remember exactly what he looked like when he first showed up in the manga. Maybe he was wearing this, but I hope he wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, I don't either. Glad we're in agreement.
Yeah. So yeah, they're just fighting, and Phaeton and Machi keep walking, and then we go to the hideout, actually, very briefly, where we see Hisoka. And the hideout is really, really different. It's more like it's trying maybe too hard to look like a cool mystical place.
Yeah, like a temple almost, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess the team just didn't think like a normal ass warehouse was cool enough for them, so they had to spice it up a bit by adding these like cube platforms. I don't know what the fuck it even is.
It looks really weird, like unnaturally weird.
Yeah, I don't care for it much. I like that it's just a jank ass warehouse. You know, it's how they live. I don't know. It doesn't have to be some weird, unique place.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's what it is here, and that's all we get for that for now. But we'll be back. But first, we see Dalsone reporting to Light about the fortunes that he just got from Neon. And they're just kind of going over the general game plan of what's going to go down, and talking about how she really wants to go to the auction, but like probably shouldn't. But if they don't let her, then things will get out of hand. She'll be hard to control. So Light is just like, all right, I mean, you know, do what you can. instead of like actually taking her to the auction, how about we just, if she wants something, just buy it for her, no matter the price, just do it on me. That's okay. And then again, we're cutting back to the troop after that. So now we get a good look at everybody. And it's very brief, so I guess we're probably not going to talk about every single character here because we're going to see more of them later. But we do at least get to see everybody.
Yeah.
Phaeton, or sorry, not Phaeton. Oh my God, Finks looks like shit, but his initial design always looked like shit anyways. So like whatever.
Give it a pass for now.
Yeah, God, I hate his Pharaoh outfit so much.
It's so stupid. Like, it's so unfitting of his character.
I know. I don't know what Togashi thought Finks was gonna be when he first drew him, but he decided to do something different. Yeah. Like, what the hell, bro? Bonelinov looks like a freak.
Yeah.
Classic. And yeah, I mean, everybody else pretty standard. Get to see our boy Uvo for the first time. Love to see it. And we get to hear him speak as well. Sounds great. So yeah, Krollo says our goal. We get to hear Krollo, by the way, for the first time as well. And it's a very soft voice. It's really like I almost said Joker like, but that is absolutely not the case. More like who does it remind me of? I don't know. I can't think of who I'm thinking of, but it's unique. It sounds good though. It's just different from 2011 for sure.
Yeah. But like it's still fitting of the character too, to a degree as well. So I really don't mind it at all.
No, I don't mind.
Trying to say though.
Yeah, and we'll get this. We only get to hear like one or two lines here, so we'll get to hear more of it. But I don't even hate it at all. I like it. Anyways, though, Krollo says that their goal is to steal everything, and which prompts Uvo to be like, "Oh, but there's gonna be like a ton of people here, a ton of mob bosses and gangsters. Does that mean we get to kill them all?"
Yeah, he like basically is like the kid in the class, raises his hand up, like, "Sir, can we kill people?" You know?
Yeah, literally.
And Crow's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's go!
Yeah, let's fucking go, boys!"
I love Uvo so much.
Dude, Uvo's just the best. Then there's a really cool shot here where Krollo, he turns away from the crew, he starts walking back towards the camera, and by the time he's out of frame, everybody's gone. Room's empty.
So good, yeah.
Love that. Just, yeah, super sick. And so now back to Dalzone, where he's thinking about the fortune he read, which read, "The basement where all prices rise will become your bedchamber." It's very much bothering him. So that's it for him. Okay. Short scene. So now back to Gon and Killua, who we now see the end result of their little game they played, where Killua ended up with nothing. He literally drained all of the money and was left with $0. Awesome.
Dude, you didn't. He actually gambled everything away. That is so crazy,
bro. Oh my god. But he's like, at one point I was up 200 million Jenny. Well, it doesn't matter now, bro.
Bro, if you really wanted to win that bet, you would have left that casino.
Yeah, like that's a safe win. So, but and then Gon only made a profit of like 15,000, but it is still enough to beat Killua. So he wins, and now he gets to command Killua to do one thing. So now the boys are just kind of walking around. They're in Yorknew now. By the way, their fits keep changing, and they're very colorful.
Yeah.
They're like not what I was expecting. Gon doesn't look great in light blue, I got to admit, and neither does Killua in bright orange. But
Killua's wearing like an orange turtleneck type thing. Like, it does not look that great on him.
No, it's yeah.
Not very fitting colors for either of them.
No. But they want to buy Gon a phone because he wants to talk to Kurapika, basically. It's the gist of it. So they walk up to a phone booth and find a guy selling like a latest model, which looks like shit. I would never in my life use that thing. It's like a calculator, basically. The screen is so small. He's like, yeah, sure, why not? But then a voice echoes through the wind. Saying, stop right there, fellas. You don't want to buy that jank ass shit.
It's not even waterproof.
Yeah. I love how that's what he says. And we see our boy, Leorio, is back, baby.
He's back. It's
Welcome
been a bit
back.
now. Let's go.
Yes. And now would be a great time for the eye catch to have that cool illustration of him. And here it comes. Oh, it's a black screen. Cool.
So fucking stupid. Why was this the decision made? I really want to talk to the producers of this goddamn show now.
Also like why they decided randomly to have just like a cityscape as one of the
one
images.
episode.
One episode.
And we weren't even properly in Yorknew yet.
I don't know what the hell was going on with that.
It's a stupid thing to be this petty on, but like it's ridiculous. I don't understand why they can't use the old eye catches anymore.
I don't either. I really wish they would. Whatever. Leorio's back, and Kilo gets his name wrong. He says Riolio, I think.
Riolio.
And he corrects him, and he it's just a funny scene I've always liked, where he pulls out his phone, the Beetle 7. He's like, let me show you this bad boy. This is what you guys gotta get. It's this dumb ass phone, which I don't think anybody in the real world would buy that shit. Well, honestly, I would, just because it's Hunter x Hunter. But
I mean, it translates 200 different languages.
Yeah, that's impressive, especially back then. So yeah, he's just saying all the things about it. It's a little heavy and pricier, but it works anywhere in the world, which that's also pretty awesome. I guess you don't need data plans in this world. It's just like phone based. It's just
pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can watch TV on it, record your own movies.
Whoa! What?
Holy!
Wow. Shit was an iPhone.
Here. Yeah. And back then you'd be like, "What the hell? It can do that?"
Yeah. It's novel to think of now. I mean, we literally have movies in theaters that were shot on a damn phone.
Yeah.
Now, he's talking about this Beetle. Let's shoot a movie on the Beetle. I'd love to. Beetle 7.
Wonder what that would look like. It'd be
awesome.
The equivalent of like a 3DS camera, I would assume. But,
That's exactly what I imagine, yeah. But the boys are just like over the moon about this thing. They're mesmerized by him talking about it. Like, holy shit, I gotta get one too. So Leorio's like, all right, boys, leave it to me. So he starts bargaining with this guy, and I love this so damn much. Like, all right, two phones, that'll be 400,000. He's like, no, that's way too much. I'll give you 80.
It keeps going.
Yep.
And then the guy's like, the seller's like, for 2? Are you kidding? And he's like, okay, make it 95 for 1.
Yep. He's like, I don't know. Like 102, that's my final offer. He's like, nope, no, I'll throw in an extra 500. And he says, get out of here. And this is later, but I want to throw it in here now, where Leorio says the bargaining doesn't even begin until he kicks you out. I love that line so much.
It's so funny. It's even funnier when like you think about Leorio as a character. His entire thing is about money and like how it's like the most important thing in the world to him, and he is absolutely terrible with money at the same time. So funny.
In here he's great with it. Honestly, I mean he's getting a good deal.
I guess so. Yeah.
So yeah, he keeps heckling and or not heckling, whatever. I guess bargaining is the right word, but he's drawing in a crowd because it's just so mesmerizing, this guy's skills. And he walks out with getting them each for 110,000, or wait, how would you say this? Yeah, 110,580 Jenny. Hell yeah! Originally would have been. Well, wait, it was 400,000 for both, right? So that's like 200. So he got like 100,000 discount on each. Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. I think that scene was more so just comical because like I feel like he didn't need to do all that for the bargaining, mainly, But
It worked.
So maybe, yeah, it did work. It did work. So maybe my comment on him being terrible with money is maybe not relevant here, but I don't know. It was just funny. He cares so much about it. He's doing a little much just to get a decent deal here.
Yeah. So hell yeah, he gets a round of applause from the crowd watching, and Kilo's like, I've never seen anybody get applause for buying cell phones. Hell yeah. So yeah, the two boys now have 2 Beetle 7s. Let's go.
Let's go.
Massively plot relevant.
Becomes
Don't
irrelevant
forget.
as soon as they hit Great Island.
Yeah, literally. I don't think they ever use those things again. All right. So, beyond that, they're recruiting him basically to help with getting money. That's what's happening here. Because clearly he knows what he's doing with money. So, back to Kurapika and the gang. Tatsune is giving them the brief on what Neon wants, I think. That's what's going on here. Yeah. These are the items that Neon wants. This is like, if you can get them, get them. But they're going to split into 3 groups to cover ground and obviously to watch, with Tatsune being the one to be directly with Neon, I believe.
Oh, just to cut you off real quick, something to note though is that of these items that Neon wants, one of them is
the Scarlet Eyes. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which obviously Kurapika notices and Melody notices and Kurapika. God damn, Melody notices and takes note of. What the hell?
Yeah. Heartbeat go up.
Heartbeat change. Melody notice. Are you guys noticing the trend?
There will be more.
Yes. So now we're back to Leorio and the boys who are talking about the way to get money and also just the amount that they need, which obviously sets Leorio off. Like, what the hell? That's a little ridiculous, but
guys, come on now. What are you doing here?
Yeah, but Leorio. Oh well, actually, okay. Before we move on,
there was a little animation thing he had where like his face like zooms into the
yes,
camera.
It's so funny. I love that a lot. But Kilo is like, damn, you guys are both like professional hunters. You're just gonna give up like that? Damn, that's crazy. So that obviously egging them on, and that gets them both to just kick it into overdrive and figure out something. To which Leorio says that he's heard people say that Yorknew is the city of dreams. Wonder what that's based on. What real world place? If it wasn't already on the nose. Keela also makes a remark. He's simple and stupid. Leorio must be an enhancer too.
Well,
Well,
right on the money, I guess.
So, oh my god, it froze again, bro.
That's
what's going on today? Take over for a second.
Okay, so yeah, they're Leorio and Gon are kind of just like searching up different, ways of maybe how they could make money or acquire items to sell to make money. Usual kind of stuff they've already kind of been doing, just with Leorio as like the ringmaster this time.
Yeah.
And they're searching up this information online. And Leorio gets a nifty idea from the research that they're doing, and he says that he thought of a foolproof way to make some money.
Yes, sir.
We're
tells
left
the boys
at that.
to come along. He also calls Killua Lukia.
Oh yeah, he did call him that, didn't he?
So then,
anyways, the bright idea is a arm wrestling.
Yes, which is incredibly smart. So they have an arm wrestling contest with Gon as the arm wrestling participant. 10,000 Jenny per attempt. If you win, you get a diamond.
Yes.
Ring. So, Gon was given the instructions to like kind of struggle a little bit every once in a while. just, make it seem like the next person could win, yada yada, all that kind of shit.
Smart, because if you just body everybody back to back to back, then nobody's gonna want to attempt it. They're just gonna lose money.
So this goes on for a very long time. We see the time pass, and then we are eventually at the point where a mysterious woman with glasses steps up to the ring, not a ring, but a table.
Now,
and Leorio... Oh, go ahead.
I said, now if you were eagle-eyed at any point in this episode, you would be aware of who this is. But
correct.
I like it because you only see her in that one scene, and I won't say it so as to spoil it. Obviously, we all know.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows. But I like the idea that if you have a close eye during the Phantom Troop scene, right, you would know who she is. But if not, then this is just some mysterious woman that just kind of showed up and has a distinct design, so she's important.
Yeah. Definitely stands out from everybody else that's tried. Leorio immediately tries to hit on her. And then she...
she's never change.
No. She's very respectful. She says, all right, let's have a good match. And puts her arms on the table and begins, and you can already notice that Nen is emanating from her hand. And they have an actual, real match for the first time in this contest. Gon is struggling.
Sweating. Yeah,
yep.
the table's about to break from how much they're trying right now.
Yeah. But eventually Gon does win. Hell yeah. Hey, but it was a struggle for sure. So she gets up, thanks him for the match, and Gon is still reeling. He's holding his hand. He's definitely... That was a struggle. He had to try. And Kilo even leans over his shoulder and is like, you had to try there, right? It's like, yeah. Wonder who she was. By the way, even Gon's shirt is soaked. He was fucking sweating, bro.
It was, he gave it his legit all here. Very obviously. Kilo makes a comment also that she's maybe she's the champion of women's arm wrestling. Okay, man. Bold
to think that Gon would be able to win against the women's champion, but hey, who knows? So Shizuku's she's saying first that she really wanted that diamond, and now we see who she's talking to, which is Phaeton and Franklin from the troop. And they're saying you should have used your left hand. And he's and then Shizuku's oh, he put his right hand up, so I did the same.
So, yeah, the implication here is that she probably could have won if she used her dominant arm, but... Yeah.
But she did not.
I like the moment here, too, where she's, attempts to go back. She's I should go back and, try. And Phantom's no, too busy now. Sorry.
Yep, no time. Yep, classic scene. Then we kind of a weird ending to the episode, actually, all things considered. But we get a brief shot of Crollo just aura farming, and then we get a very funny shot of Neon freaking the hell out, tears going all over the place.
I want to go.
Yeah, and Dalzone is on the phone with Light, bruises on his head, just being can you hear that? I love that.
Hey, he tried telling him too, she's not gonna not going, He was right.
Yep, he sure was, and that's where we end. so
yeah. Not taking.
But it's really funny. Going from that to the preview where people are just getting machine gunned down. Oh shit, what happens now?
We go from funny arm wrestling shenanigans to Crollo aura farming to Neon throwing a tantrum and beating up Dalzone into machine gun killing people preview. Wild ride Yorknew is.
Oh, and also a funny thing to note is that Leorio is narrating the next episode preview, which I liked. He literally says the goat is back, baby.
Love that.
Hell yeah. Finally the star gets center stage is what he says. Hell yeah. That's right. King. He's back.
And it this episode that we got the new ending, right?
Yep. New ending. This is called... hold on one moment. It is called Hotaru or Firefly by Nagai Masato. And
Nice.
it is really good.
Yeah.
It's
I think I like the previous ending more.
yes.
In all fairness, but that was kind of going to be a little hard to beat, to be honest. I really love that ending.
That is an amazing ending. Yeah, definitely still my favorite. This I don't even know. This might be second place. It's just the thing about it is the visuals aren't very exciting to look at. It's just
No.
like still shots of the characters.
Well,
But
there was a little bit of movement, and like there's definitely like an artistic vision behind it. Just
yeah.
like I like the little like staticky effect that's kind of
Mhm.
present throughout the entire thing, right? But it is pretty simple visually. The song is good, but
Yeah,
there's
I
not a
like the song a
ton.
lot.
There's not a ton going on visually, whereas the last ending that we had a lot of both visually and
Mhm.
audibly. So that's why I prefer that one. But this one's fine. I've heard way worse and seen way worse endings, obviously. Throughout my
Yeah.
years of watching anime. So this is good. I like it enough.
Yeah, it's super of the time. Like it really takes me back to like early 2000s anime. It just feels
Yeah.
so of that era. I
Hmm.
love it for that.
There's a visual, you know, the visual element of it in particular is like very like 90s esque, which I feel like we've said a lot about a lot of different like animations in both the openings and endings of this series.
Mhm.
But I mean, it really is just a product of the time at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked it. Good song, very catchy. That whoa 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 whoa. That's going to be stuck in my head for
Yeah,
a while.
for sure.
Banger. Um I will say it might be a little ill-fitting for Yorknew, but
Yeah, I felt it was a little too upbeat almost, but I mean, it is an ending
yeah.
song. It's not like it really matters that much. But
Yeah, the opening's already a tone setter. I mean, that's all right. Like that
mm,
obviously fits Yorknew. This
yeah,
one,
yeah.
little, whatever. I liked it though. But yeah, that's that batch of episodes. Pretty solid batch.
Pretty good, yeah. Nothing
Yeah.
too crazy has happened, obviously. No mind blowing events or mind blowing pieces of animation per se, but very, very steady, consistent batch here. And that's been kind of rare as of late, I feel like, with a lot of these prior batches we've discussed. So,
Yeah.
pleasantly surprised, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really, just no complaints. I don't think any of the additional moments, like the anime only moments, were egregious. I think they all were at least like enjoyable. They weren't.
That made
Uh,
sense, yeah.
yeah, they weren't over the top. Didn't really ruin anything in particular. Just solid stuff all around. I had a good time watching these episodes.
Yeah, as did I.
All right. Well, with that, I think we're ready to see what you guys had to say about them.
Yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it.
All right.
Okay, now it's time to see what you guys have to say about Hunter x Hunter 1999 episodes 49 through 51. Usual reminder, if you want to get in on the fun discussing any given topic week to week, make sure you keep an eye out for the YouTube community posts and the call-out posts on our Twitter and Bluesky accounts. And of course, if you want to email us your thoughts about any given topic, you can always do so at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. And Kaige found the volume that actually we were talking about the JoJo pose from Dalzone earlier. And Kaige, what are your
Indeed.
findings?
Yes, in Volume 8, Hunter x Hunter, it does in fact exist. The JoJo pose is real. He hits it for one panel, and yeah, it's pretty much exactly as it was. Maybe it's a little like less emphasized in this version, but it is the same pose. So yeah, it's real.
I would like to think that the 99 team got like specific directions of like, okay, like JoJo it up right here. Like just go, okay? Really,
Yeah.
really put your all into that frame.
Yep, there it is. If you're watching on video.
Beautiful
Yep.
for
Hell yeah.
Dalzone of all characters.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go ahead and dive into the comments today. We're gonna start off with a Magitech's comment. In today's episode, the writers barely disguise fetish. Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had a lot of fun with that scene. I don't know if we emphasize that enough in our discussion.
They really did have fun with it.
Speaking of which, episode 49. we start right where we left off with the assault of the most unfortunate Hatsu name in history. What was the name of that again? Of that Hatsu?
It's
the
like
bodies, right?
It's like what is it? It's like something black men. Hold on,
11 black men or something.
Yeah,
like that,
that's
right?
it.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
that is a pretty stupid name. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's awful.
I really love the hit that Basho gives in 99 and how the attacker goes flying like a deflated balloon. Yeah, and it's fitting because it's like just like masses of Nen, right? So like you're basically just punching like a balloon of gas.
Yeah.
A small change here when Kurapika threatens Tochino. Is that here he does it with a piece of glass from the chandelier. Well, in 2011 it's a knife, and the manga he does it with an ice pick that he found somewhere, I guess. Dude, is that actually he just has a random ice pick in the manga? Okay, look that up.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Okay, I'll continue on while he does that. As for what Insert Name said last week about Basho's skill, well, all I'll say is that Nen works in mysterious ways. Let's not forget, not even Kurapika fully understands how the heck his dowsing chain even works. Anyway, we get the introductions, we get the Nen skills, and then we get Bays. The ball crushing is exclusive to 99, but the taping of it is in the manga. Okay, so the CVT is 99 exclusive.
Yes, I actually also just verified that real quick. Yeah, that's actually a really, really quick scene in the manga. It's just like 2 panels basically. Kisses him, steps on his head, and then that's it. Oh, and she does record him also, but yeah, no ball crushing.
No,
Ice pick is there. Ice pick is there. So I don't know where he got that.
Why does he have an ice pick? What did he need that for?
I don't know. I actually quite like the change then in 99 of having it be a piece of the chandelier. I think that's really creative.
Yeah, that is creative, and yeah, in comparison to the manga, which is very random and kind of unlike Togashi, I feel like to just have like a weird thing like that happen. But
and 2011 also having a knife is also equally weird, honestly.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, massive points for 99 for that scene.
Yeah, they did it the best. I gotta give it up.
Can't say that for a lot of stuff in 99, so that's a dub for sure.
Yeah.
Also, Melody blushed when she kissed Squala. Just gonna point that out.
She did.
She did blush, didn't she?
Oh,
back to going to Killua. Oh yeah. Back to going to Killua and Hunter x Hunter equivalent of Amazon air delivery. Again, with last week, the Killua going to buy the Joy Station is only a thing in 2011. In 99 in the manga, they do the same day online delivery. But 99 did add that scene with the helicopter dropping the package, which nowadays feels rather prophetic. We do live in an era full of like drones now, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Side note, I love how the Joy Station does look like there's some wear and tear in this version. It does sell the idea that this is an old console. I didn't pick up on that, but yeah, that is a nice touch if that was the case, which I'm assuming it was. I don't
it was. I
have a reason
noticed.
to lie about that. Okay.
No.
The hunt for Greed Island starts with some intense Googling and a glass of lemonade. I do love that detail and the general shots with the sun and the cicadas. As a reminder of the timeline, the big Yorknew auction takes place early September, so this has to still be August and very much summer. Gotta love Killua leaving the room in defeat, only to come back seconds later with, there is an alternative, but I really don't like it. I really like what 2011 did here with Gon's imagination going wild. I forget what that scene was in 2011, actually.
I don't remember either, admittedly, so... But yeah, I'm sure it was awesome.
I'll look that up later. I'm curious now. I'm comparing that.
Yeah.
And we're introduced to Miliki's toy collection and his very unbuttoned shirt. Yeah, he's not the most well put together, is he?
Yeah, he's a slob.
Wonder what the animators were trying there. I don't want to think about that for too long. And in general, he looks very dramatic and intense here, especially in the ending where he swears to end the legend of Green Island. Can't wait to see how that turns out. Yeah, he's got to do a great job.
Yeah, he's got this.
And finally, before we go into the next episode, I must point out something. Killua's outfit with 3 door knocker incorporated. Manga accurate, just like Kurapika's red robe. You said it yourself. You knew that they would bring this up.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Next up, episode 50. Kilo has a very dark sense of humor. He got that from Togashi. Didn't you say the same thing, Dylan? Or am I making that up? Maybe you didn't.
I didn't say the Tagashi part.
Okay.
But the Killua himself. And I remember Gon was saying, "Oh, Killua has a dark sense of humor. Don't mind him."
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at.
Mm-hmm. I thought you said the Togashi part. But maybe I just
No.
hallucinated that.
Maybe I did, and I'm hallucinating my memory. I don't know.
Hey, let us know, guys, because we'll never know. I guess.
True.
We can never watch this footage again.
Yeah, never. Not possible.
It's not like we're recording it and putting it on the internet. But really, this is such a sweet moment for Killua, especially after episode 46 showing just how they consider him part of the family, and Killua looks so thankful to Mito when he asks him to come visit them again. But never as thankful as I am that the
ending.
The proposed ending for 99 got discarded. We're definitely in the better timeline. Yeah, we will talk about that one day, I promise.
One day, yeah. I'm kind of... We want to wait until 99 is done before we even talk about that, right? We're in agreement there.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, yeah. But
that'll be like a post-mortem of the series. We will talk about the scrapped ending. There's much to talk about with it.
There's quite a lot to talk about with that, for sure.
Yeah.
One day.
It's funny. I don't think Togashi likes to write departures. He usually just jumps into the next part of the story. He did that with the Hunter's Exam and again here with Whale Island. The goodbyes here and in 2011 are fully anime originals. Yep. And we start in the Hunter's Bar. I adore that line from Gon. I'm starting to lose my sense of money. Yeah. That is something you talked about, Dylan. I remember that.
I do remember that.
Yeah. Poor kid, he was a responsible young boy till he met Killua. I spent millions in chocolates, Soldic.
Yeah, I mean, Gon seemed kind of conservative about his money until he met Killua, in all fairness.
Yeah, Killua has a very different way of seeing money. 2011 made up the part of them being dragged into Nen cyberspace, but 99 did have them using earphones when listening to the info. The manga had nothing of the sort. Cybersecurity increases with each generation. Yeah.
Whoa.
I guess so.
Yeah, wait, in the manga, were they just, having that, be read out loud to them on the computer in the cafe?
It wasn't being read out loud at all. It was just all text.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to change that for an anime, because that'd be really boring to look at if there was no... I mean, I guess they could have them read it out loud. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. It worked.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Nice touch to have the developer testimony in shadows and distorted. Really plays out the dread and mystery of the hunt.
Well, it wasn't a developer testimony, it was an owner of the game.
Yeah, that's what kind of threw me off there. Yep.
Yeah.
And back with Kurapika. Poor Melody, she's really trying her darndest, but Kurapika can be as stubborn as Gon when he wants to. Very much so.
Yep.
Small change, but Melody's bounty was changed from a rare skin disease to part of the brain of a dictator. Oh,
okay. I was wondering why that seemed so unfitting.
That is fascinating.
That manga, the rare skin disease, is definitely a little bit more.
Fitting. It's probably that weird aversion in Japanese media to talking about illnesses. It probably has something to do with that, I'd have to imagine. Not sure why the change, but it definitely does sound like something Neon would be interested in.
You could tell me literally any item on the planet, and I could believe that Neon would be interested in it. She's a weird girl.
She's very weird. Hey, somebody mentioned the Dalzone pose. Dalzone posing like that, it's in the manga, but what I find weirder is that in 2011 he's voiced by Dio. And yes, that's right. And yet they took zero advantage of this scenario. What the heck? Yeah, you're so right. I never thought about that.
That's wild. Holy, I didn't even... Wow, okay, the more you know. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yes, finally. Here's the hot auction action we've been promised. Hi again, mysterious stranger. Glad to see you're still around. Caveat emptor, indeed. Not sure what that's about. 2011 did a lot of trimming. Togashi's hyperfixation with auctions on this arc. 99 will show no such clemency. Is that a word?
Yeah, that's a word.
Okay, new to me.
Yeah, I did not know that word. Huh.
What does it mean?
It means, it's like basically like, how do I describe? I've never actually like described clemency, like to like anybody. This is a new experience. It's like it's like mercy or like a pardon. I guess is the best way to put it. Um,
Okay.
I don't know. It's a
Yeah, that
weird
makes
term.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense with context. And again, with Miluki's intensity, it really looks like he hasn't slept since he began with this code. And so he parts to lands unknown. Points for 99 for even having his airship filled with anime merch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know if we touched on that detail, but yeah, his airship is very Miliki-esque.
Yeah. It's so weird seeing Hisoka with normal clothes, hair, and no makeup. I think we haven't seen him like that since heck, the Succession War arc. Yeah,
Yep.
that's later, so since isn't even the right way to say that, but yeah. Very true.
Very cool. Continuing on with the last part of Match Text Comment, episode 51. Before we start, just wanted to say, having to watch all 3 versions made me realize how much rearranging of the scenes happened. But unlike last time, because we're constantly going back and forth between our point of view characters, as well as the timeline being much less specific, it definitely doesn't feel as egregious as Heaven's Arena. Yeah, completely agree. There's a lot of cutaways in Yorknew from the very beginning, and so it's kind of rearranging stuff feels a bit more like fitting within the arc itself because like it's believable no matter how you arrange it.
Yeah.
We start with the 99 exclusive scene. Our bodyguard squad arriving at Yorknew while Kurapika talks with presumably Hisoka on the phone. Love the implication that Basho is constantly practicing his haikus, as well as Kurapika seeing Hisoka's with his green hair since he hasn't seen him yet with his new red one. Yeah, I didn't even realize that was a 99 exclusive scene. I totally forgot that wasn't in the other adaptations.
Yeah.
And the escort begins with the car caravan. I really like Neon's expressiveness and mannerisms. I really do feel it gives her more of a playful personality that contrasts well when she starts to write. Like how she just slips the paper onto the floor. It really pushes the impression that she's in a trance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Looked amazing.
She's very bubbly how she's animated when she's not in that like kind of, when she's not in like ghostwriting form, right?
Yeah.
So it works.
Yeah, it just helps the contrast even more to see her just like lifeless.
Mm-hmm. And so finally, the Phantom Troop begins to appear, and for one, it looks like 99 is brighter than 2011. While there, it was cloudy and dreary. Here, it's bright and shiny summer day. That's a really good point, actually. Like the one instance you'll find 99 being brighter.
Yeah.
Back with Neon and Dalzone giving Light the news of her premonitions, and we get a little foreshadowing of something we'll talk about next time. Also, yes, that landline was promoted to smartphone in 2011. And speaking of smartphones, hi Leorio, it's good to see you again. You and your Beetle 7 with video recording.
Yeah, huge.
Back with Dalzone and his briefing on Neon's shopping list. Also, damn, Baze can really rock a suit and tie. She can, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were all in suits and ties now that I'm thinking about it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Drippy. Now you may ask, why is she on a suit and tie when she's wearing a dress later in the auction? And the answer is, ask Tagashi. She's wearing that suit in the manga as well.
Interesting.
Whoa, okay. Huh.
I actually I didn't really remember that, but I also just kind of assumed she'd just be wearing a suit instead of a dress at that part, but I guess not.
Very odd. Huh. Only Tagashi knows.
Yeah.
Back with Gon and Lukia.
Yep,
Leorio
right.
comes up. Yeah. Leorio comes up with the idea of the arm wrestling competition. A lot of fisheye lenses shots on this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, yeah. That was definitely noticeable. They loved that. And as time goes by, the city is filled with sore losers. And it's here when we're introduced to the other waifu of this arc, Shizuku, making quite an entrance here. I really like the extra detail of the table starting to collapse under the struggle, since it's not something the audience would be able to see, and Leorio is too distracted with her to notice.
Yeah.
He didn't say a single word during that, did he? He was just entranced.
He was commentating. He was just being like, "Oh, she's really putting up a fight."
Oh yeah, it was like all on her. He was like not talking about Gon. I remember now. Okay. And speaking of not noticing, glad they included that line showing that Shizuku stole the money she used to compete from one of the bystanders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was funny.
Always a nice detail there. And so, our episode ends with one final look at the troop and Neon's temper tantrum, as it should. Next time.
If you say so.
Yeah, if you say so. Next time, the Underground Auction Massacre and the Shadow Beasts.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but they're coming, guys. He is coming.
He is coming. His time is near.
He is coming.
Little fun fact in Spanish translations: many times we tend to not translate names. So for us, the Phantom Troop has always been the Genai Ryoden. The Shadow Beasts have always been Inju, and Melody has always been Senritsu. The more you know.
Interesting. Yeah. There's some name discrepancies across Hunter x Hunter localizations. Obviously, I choose not to say Gene Ryodon because why would I say that? But
Yeah.
I
There's
get
definitely
it.
people out there that use it though.
Yeah.
That community exists. It's like the same kind of people that will call like the 5 elders in One Piece, like the Gorosei.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing.
Yonkos instead of emperors.
Oh, that one drives me nuts.
That one drives me nuts for sure. But yeah, so that's why I tend to just kind of push those to the side. The conventional Japanese naming. But it's something I do notice still, even when they're speaking. While I'm watching the sub versions, because obviously they'll say Basho, Karapika, and then they get the melody and Senritsu. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it's just that word presumably means melody, so that's probably why that happened. I don't actually know if that's the case, but
it's just funny how selective you could be with translating data points.
Yeah.
But
I think it fits Hunter x Hunter more because generally Hunter x Hunter doesn't have Japanese names.
Yeah.
They're more so just names, just kind of not really any point of real world origin. They're just fantasy names.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Magitech. And moving on to insert name. Who says? Okay, we finally get introduced to my favorite game of Hunter x Hunter 99. The following is said in a game show crowd voice. I'm not doing that, sorry. Insert name.
I can do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Spot the Twin Towers!
Hell yeah.
I hope my neighbors didn't hear that.
That'd be awesome if they did. It makes numerous appearances in the background of 99, between 3 to 4 times in episode 51 alone, depending on how you count a unique instance. It's always so bizarre to me when I see it in the media. It really makes it concerning. The auction. What?
The auction ends on September 10th.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's kind of wild, actually. Okay.
That is a little wild. Damn. I think 99's depiction of the mansion test is vastly superior to 2011. 2011 treats this like it does with a lot of fights. It tempers down the action to give the audience a slowed down view of the scene. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't think that's bad per se.
No,
with internal monologue.
Preference thing.
It's what? Oh, preference thing. Yeah.
More of a preference thing. Yeah.
Yeah. With internal monologue providing color commentary, this is appropriate for a lot of fights in Hunter x Hunter, but not here. This is an instant engagement, a surprise strike defined by being confusing and decisive. 99 understands this and plays into this well by using a robust fluidity to make the hunters look competent during a chaotic situation. Almost everything in the pacing of this scene, I think, is better in this version. Yeah, I get it. I really, really like it too, but it's a preference thing. I think both work a lot.
Yeah.
Sachimono's 11 black children. Oh, black children. That's right.
Black children. Black men is what we said. Well,
Well, they are men looking men-shaped.
Yeah, they're quite large. They don't really look like children, I think. So,
yeah.
Excuse us for that.
Yeah, but still equally insane.
Still equally crazy names, yeah.
11 black children move like humans here, and sometimes even more swiftly than one. Their sword swings are fast and decisive, and the ones providing suppressing fire could reasonably be people. The black children aren't lingered on, and when they are decisive and effective. They feel like a more ominous threat here, warranting the full attention of the hunters. This heightens the tension in the scene. The sum effect is that his ability's true nature is much more effectively masked with the pacing of the story. Yeah. 99's much faster depiction doesn't provide this the time to give individual moments of the hunters in the room, but this is a good thing because when they do, or what they do instead is have multiple hunters operating at the same time. Seeing the other hunters set up defensive positions while Kurapika darts in not only shows us the others can defend themselves, but highlights Kurapika's reckless nature, for example. In addition, it makes much better use of the fact that there are multiple perspectives in the room to present information. In 2011, they give us this long internal monologue from Kurapika over all these little action set pieces from the other hunters. But the audience doesn't need to find out at the same time as Kurapika. In fact, it reflects more positively on Kurapika if he has the same information we have been shown and he presents the information's logical conclusion that we don't immediately clock in such a chaotic engagement. There's multiple people in this room. You can learn things as the characters do and not lingering on the actions of the other hunters, and instead integrating their responses to the outbreak in violence makes them come across as infinitely more competent, especially in a scene like this that is supposed to be disorienting. It's good that the information is not spoon-fed to you. The highlight of the pacing is that the black children really only took off when they start attacking Kurapika on the ledge, visually aligning with the hint that Kurapika used to figure it all out. Ultimately, the scene is dynamic, doesn't talk down to the audience, and is full of suspense.
The whole scene definitely plays out as if like it's not treating the viewer like they're dumb, and over explaining everything. It's very concise with how they present the scene, which I appreciate.
Yeah, definitely not as passionate about it as you are, but I do really admire it for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
A couple more things about this scene. I have to give credit for 99 for being the first to include the false timer. It's such a Togashi-coded thought challenge and very fitting of a hunter deduction. It honestly amazes me every time it's not in the manga because it's so fitting for the story. Sachimono is one of the weirdest emitters in the series. He's an emitter using transmutation and manipulation to control and shape solid aura constructs to replicate an effect conjurers would be able to do. Kind of love him for it. I love that you can see Sachimono not getting attacked. I think Kurapika using a crystal is based and a cool way to integrate the setting. Yep, totally. Baze's face is off for a significant portion of the episode. Yeah, her eyes are very high up on her head in that scene where she's recording. It was really distracting. I forgot to bring that up. Also, we can have a ball crushing scene, but not the Castro fight.
We can have CBT in 99, but not a fight that's pretty important to showcase.
Yeah.
Then
what the hell?
Priorities are in order, obviously.
Right. I mean, I'm not complaining. I enjoy watching Baze crush Squallow's puppies as much as the next guy. I wonder how many viewers had an awakening to this moment.
I would assume a lot of people.
A lot, yeah. Also, Kurapika, why were you longingly touching your lips after seeing a dude getting into ball crushing after manipulation? What did you mean by that?
Yeah, I like that you could read that in two different ways. Like, that could have been me. Like, either terrified thought or, like, lusting thought.
Probably excited by whips as well as chains confirmed. I really don't like that they show a single type of dog despite him describing many types of breeds that do not look alike. That was interesting.
It was like all Dobermans, and he was talking about like Saint Bernards and like bulldogs and
not enough dog budget.
No. Okay. How expensive was that helicopter delivery? Fuel is not cheap. Yeah, it wasn't even delivered by a drone. It was by a full-on like helicopter pilot.
Yeah.
So it's quite a lot of money for same-day delivery, I would assume.
It is.
I love Milky in this version. Oh boy. He's so pathetic. His room looks so good here with the shine of the CRTs and more prominent toys, adult and child aimed both. It's a total mess, but also orderly around the technology. It makes him horrible, yet showcases his love. He's also got a heft to his design and motion here that just has a literal weight to him. Especially as he's waddling in frustration to the helicopter. The little glow of the screens in his eyes also stands out. The room becoming more messy from his tirades just adds so much to his subplot. He's such a whiny baby, and it's so fun. Also, Bluesky is a Galaxy Express 999 fan. Him changing outfits to go outside is also a nice detail. I really buy he's not gone outside in this version.
Mm-hmm.
They depict him as a slob, as Kaige put it, for sure.
Yes.
Very fitting, for sure. Episode 50. Killua joking about the only letters he has written are death threats is a funny bit, and I like the reactions. Okay, yeah, I'm glad that's landed for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
That really hit for me. They do really seem to hone in on Killua's darkness. It's clear they have elements they enjoy about certain characters. Gon's Mito connection, Killua's darkness, Karapika.
Yeah.
It's just these are not the only things in the adaptation they should be focusing on. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but it is what it is. It was a fun bit for sure. The saloon scene is much closer to the manga, but honestly, I prefer the bar scene in 2011. The website being a Nen pocket space adds so much more wonder to 2011 and the ambiance of the bar. 3 out of the 50 people Batara hired are licensed pros. Honestly, this explains a lot about Greed Island, and I think demonstrates the ratio of hunters with Nen to licensed hunters is probably like 1 to 20 or 1 to 10.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I do disagree, though. I actually like the scene in 99 more than 2011, but I get it.
Too, like, hokey for you in 2011? Or...
No, it's just, I don't know. I just like the presentation of it in 99 more. I wouldn't say it's hokey in 2011. I just like it more here.
That's fair. Completely get that. I could give or take either. Like, it's not that big of a deal for me, honestly. But both are nice. And yeah, this really does put into perspective why, like, nobody's has even gotten close to completing Greed Island when, like, the actual, like, you know, skilled people hired are, like, you know, that little in ratio. Makes you wonder, like, who the hell Batara is even hiring, you know, for his little mission there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we don't have to wonder. We know that they're pretty incompetent, but, you know.
Most of them.
Anyways, moving on with this and not getting sidetracked. What is with Dalzone's weird poses? Weird poses, you say?
Maybe bizarre?
Yeah, adventurous, even.
Yeah.
For all the flack I give 1999 on lighting, the scene of Dalzone explaining the map and bodyguard missions actually has good lighting that's atmospheric and elevates the scene. Oh, were we talking about the scene where, like, he was, like, telling Karapika that he was wrong?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good lighting there. The bright colors in the watercolor scene are jarring. 1999, you have to acclimate me back to normal colors. Also, it's just such a pretty childlike image. Hi, Tagashi. Thanks for the PSA.
Yeah. I like that.
Don't be scalpers. You need to show that video to the Pokemon card community.
Yeah, for real. They're going crazy.
Hisoka is in a suit. That was all of our reactions.
Yes, sir. Foreshadowing.
Neon is done really well in this batch. Not a fan of her pink hair, but her introduction is good. You don't like the pink, man? What?
I like it.
I think it's good. She has expressive emotions and very fun interactions. They even have her doing the kitten paw hand gesture. Oh, yeah, and the limo as well. Yeah. Again, she's very bubbly in her animation, which is very, like, very fitting and a good thing to be showcasing.
Yeah.
I love the tone change when she starts doing her readings. Also, Slimer, my boy.
Let's go.
Also, her readings include radar charts, the peak of all chart kinds. Yeah,
true.
I mean, true. All right, episode 51. I am curious about your thoughts on the integration of IRL footage to the show.
It's interesting. It kind of works. It's very of the era. They did that a lot back then. So it kind of, I honestly don't even really think much when I see it because I'm just kind of used to that aesthetic from specifically anime. Well, also even American cartoons did it from time to time. Just like real life photos with filters over them.
Yeah, like
it is funny when it's like actually New York City though, but you know, it works.
I mean, yeah, like it definitely caught my attention, but like it wasn't something I like heavily questioned, you know, lingering after the moment, right? So, you know, it is what it is, but it is a little weird, I suppose. I think it does it pretty well, but it makes me laugh every time. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's an appropriate reaction, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm willing to accept the dark scenes with the light of the city. That said, still 1999 lighting. Why must things be so dark? It's fine though, because it's Yorknew.
Yeah. I'm not gonna have any really bad things to say about the lighting from this point onward, really, because it's Yorknew, man. It's just dark. I don't know.
Yeah. But whatever. Also, what do you think about the Phantom Troop designs? Oh, here we go. Most of them I think look pretty similar and are fine. Machi and Pakunoda have designs I strictly prefer. Okay. Franklin looks desaturated.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, a little bit. Phaeton's is different and closer to his initial manga design, but I still enjoy it. But dear God, what the hell did they do to my boy Bonelanov? Is he into kink in this version? I mean, yeah, it's not like bandages, right? It's like this red kind of like I don't even know how you describe it. Like
I hesitated to bring that up because it's just such a brief appearance that I honestly assumed that they were going to change it next time we saw him. Like, this happens all the time in old anime adaptations. Like, this happened in Naruto so many times where the first shot you see of a character is wildly different. In One Piece, too. I don't know if you've ever seen, Dylan, the very first time Rayleigh's ever in... Or no, sorry, it's Marco. There's a scene very early on with Marco in the background, and he looks like absolute fucking dog shit.
No
like, he just
way.
looks like a... Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay.
Don't forget. It's really funny. But yeah, they just don't know at that point. So I was just assuming here, like, they didn't really know what Bonelanov was yet, so they just kind of interpreted the bandages as like weird straps. But if he keeps looking like that, then yeah, that's wild.
Okay, yeah. No, we'll definitely have to check that out because that is a very common thing with anime, especially, right? Like, even a more, like, recent thing I could think of with One Piece as well was, like, when they brought up Rocks for the first time and he has, like, the weird, like, hair thing going on in the background.
Yeah.
Not what he looks like now.
No, not at all.
But, yeah, I get your point, though.
And actually, you know what? Hold on. Look at this. You cannot see that, but that's it. Literally, that is the weird...
Oh, that it? Yeah, that's it. Huh.
Yeah, no, he looked like that at first, straight up.
Okay, well, he looks weird as fuck still. But
yeah,
like Finks, it'll probably change. I am assuming.
Yeah, I have to imagine that will change.
Yeah, is he into kink into this version? In this version, the man's just walking around in his entire play outfit.
Yeah, he is.
Dylan might not be aware this is what he looks like in his introduction in the manga.
Bro, we could have just kept reading one sentence.
We were one sentence away. God damn.
I'm sorry, insert name.
That's so funny.
Whoops.
I'm so glad they changed it.
Okay, real quick though, I do at least want to say about Nobunaga, he does not appear to have those dumbass pants in the manga.
Well, that's concerning.
They're more like loose fitting.
Which is what, like, if he's gonna have pants and like that's what I would imagine it. But it's like tight boxers up to his like crotch, basically.
We'll see. 99 is pretty good about keeping the outfits like in line with the manga, so maybe they'll keep evolving like the manga did.
Maybe we'll see. And as glad Pakunoda doesn't look like her introductory design from the manga. Oh
yeah.
Wait. Okay, I'll have to look that up too, I guess.
It's it's really brief, but yeah, she looks like shit. Her nose is really long. She looks like a witch.
Great. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's my homework for later.
Finishing off insert names comment, he says, so I know that's how Phaeton is supposed to speak. I prefer when they have him speak normally, but scarcely as opposed to this. I actually like the caveman speak. It adds, it's kind of like the One Piece effect where you have this really edgy, cool looking character, but you have to give him some weird gimmick because you can't, in One Piece, nobody can be that cool. You have to, like Katakuri. He has to have the weird donut shit. It's just, I don't know. This is like Phaeton's thing to make him not an edgy cool guy,
or like One Piece characters having like funny laughs, that are like fitting to their character, like the whoa from Kaido, like
yep,
stuff like that.
Yeah. That's something I've always loved about One Piece. Like, it's just Oda's
So-
not the type of guy to do that, but
Yeah,
that's what I like about
Then
Phaeton too,
it
specifically.
it gives him more character and makes him more like relatable's not the word. Like,
Yeah, I really
but-
relate to that.
yeah, but it makes him more likable in a way, right?
Yeah, absolutely, that's the right word. Also, bruh, the Nobunaga versus Phaeton fight. You mean Franklin? In the back is so fucking slow. Oh, yeah, I was talking about that too. They take so long to throw attacks. Yeah, they're like winding up a punch and then landing it. Yeah, literally.
So stupid.
It's awesome. Hisoka being there first is a concept I need to unpack before I go deep on it because I can't tell if it's a good choice or bad. Yeah, it could be either, actually.
I didn't think about that actually, huh?
I would just kind of label it as a neutral choice, honestly.
That's
think it
my
really-
initial impression, but like, I mean, maybe there's something deeper that I'm missing to that.
Because, I mean, he does actually want to be here for this one. So it makes sense.
The boss
for
is
him.
here, you know? Like,
Yeah.
he's eager.
I guess. Wow, look at this, Dylan.
Wow,
I guess
what?
it just showcases his eagerness to fight. Maybe we should just let insert name speak.
We should just finish these paragraphs, yeah.
His eagerness to fight Crollo, but his willingness to delay and wait is a major part of his identity. He comes off like a desperate ex here, but I like that.
Yeah, that's also kind of part of Hisoka's character, with
Yeah.
Frollo especially.
Yeah. You can watch movies on the Beetle. I wonder how Leorio figured out 10, but not the... Oh my god, we did not talk about the fact that Leorio is, like, hinting that he's, like, mastered Nen. Like, they didn't
Yeah.
They didn't drop the shoe yet that he's only learned the basics in 99. They, like, leave it off on a cliffhanger.
I forgot. He's like, I've already learned it. You know?
Yeah,
Like, I'm
I-
one step ahead of you.
I really wonder when they're gonna reveal that he doesn't know shit. Not 10, but not the rest. Did he not have a teacher? Yeah, I don't know. Did he figure it out on his own? Honestly, that's more impressive if he did. If he doesn't, his teacher blows. Also, did they have Killua imply Leorio was an enhancer? Killua getting excited by the info on the auctions after being totally disinterested is a total fickle transmuter behavior, however. Did Leorio call him Rukia? Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know if it would translate as Rukia or Lukia. I guess you could go either way. But Rukia from Bleach did not exist yet when this came out. So either way, not a reference. Okay, I'm going to do all the Nostrad family stuff at once. Whoever decided to put everyone in suits, give them a raise. Yep. Squalla and Sachimono actually look kind of professional here, especially when they are providing a perimeter to the helicopter. All the scenes on the blimp and coming off are purely fun and play into the competency of the team. Honestly, Kurapika's coworkers never come across that professional in other versions. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I'd agree.
But putting Baze in a suit is almost enough to make up for some of the mistakes they've made so far. Yes,
Got a lot of Baze fans in our comments.
I am also a fan of women in suits. It's a good look. Also, I just realized the people they send to the auctions are the people who don't use an item. Kurapika uses chains, Melody a flute, Basho a pad of paper, etc. They know about Nen, they probably would categorize those as weapons. So sending Sachimono, Baze, and how did they say his name? It was like
God.
Ivlenkov? Sure.
I don't know. Something like
He
that.
will be dead next episode, so I really don't care.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. I guess makes sense. Also, Ivlenkov is a ginger in this version. I don't even know his original hair color. I'm surprised you have an opinion on that, because I...
Of all the characters, too.
Yep.
That's so funny.
Sure. Never change insert name. I love the watercolor effect they use in shop windows to create a glow effect by using odd colors like green. It really sticks out. The dark color accents the light of the city, but the color they provide to the light in the street level scenes adds a little bit of depth on the scene to the scenes. Yeah, looks really good.
I agree. Okay. So thank you for the comment insert name. Really appreciate it as always.
Yes.
Next up, we have our last comment for the day. Another long one, though. From Fillard Milmore. Let's get into it, shall we? Episode 49. I have nothing to say about the first half of the episode other than Squall ball crushing.
Fair.
That's all you need to know. I like that Gon and Killua get a delivery service because I see no reason that Whale Island would have a toy store like in 2011. Did it have a toy store like on the island in 2011?
Yeah. It did. I honestly thought that was in the manga too, but it's one of those things. I mean, the last time I experienced this story was rewatching 2011, so
Right.
different versions overwrite shit. I'll probably go back to assuming that the plane thing was real because now that's the newest thing I watched.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hunter x Hunter's all over the place with that kind of shit.
It really is. It's something I'm really like opening my eyes to as we get through 99. The only children on the island are Gon and Noko, and I doubt a port town would have any reason to be selling PlayStations to fishermen.
That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah. For that reason, I've seen people joke that any Whale Island toy store wouldn't actually be for kids.
True.
Okay, well, yeah. Very true. Killua's door knocker shirt, his fit is easily his worst.
Thank you. It sucks. I hate it so much.
Pretty bad. You can see why it didn't last that long.
Yeah.
Him sitting in that exasperated pose, head back, holding his empty wine glass in the worst outfit he's ever worn while acting really fab about it is funny to me.
Yeah.
He does not have that shit on.
No.
I like that there's no music scoring the conversation at the computer, and that pensive music kicks in when Gon thinks about Jing. I think I sometimes take issue with scenes where an entire OST is playing over a conversation, and the music isn't responsive to the dialogue. You know, funny enough, I think 2011 is like incredibly guilty about doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember as well. There's always
For
that
sure.
one track that's playing during dialogue sequences, especially. You know the track that I'm talking about if you've seen 2011.
Yeah.
It can create this auditory blurring effect for me where the cadence of the conversation is lost in the incongruous cadence of the music. So when music is cued in service of dialogue, I like it. Otherwise, my preference is for conversations to be silent unless there's an OST that isn't distracting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it entirely depends on the OST that they're using, truthfully, for me. Like, if it's a really distracting music, then obviously that takes away from it. But otherwise, it's not something I'm really too up in arms about, personally. An example of sound mixing I don't like is the scene after they send the request for Green Island. The crickets are so loud, and the cricket track sounds layered on top of the dialogue track. When Killua slid away from the computer, the silence was filled when it otherwise would have signaled a shift in direction audibly consistent with the fact that Killua is both giving up and literally shifting his physical direction away from the computer. Instead, the entire time we heard loud crickets, so the pace of their conversation was undercut by the noise and blurred audio. I can't emphasize enough how constant noise that doesn't actually score the scene throws off pace for me. Perhaps the B problem. It's not something that I noticed within that scene, personally. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, Kaige, but...
Not really. I don't know. To be honest, I did notice it, but the only thought I had was it was kind of cool. So I don't know.
We have all ranges of perspective here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, take that as you will, listener of the podcast. Milky2988's gamer layer is surprisingly well lit.
Yeah, actually.
What kind of username would Milky have, actually? That's like a question going to my head now.
It'd be something really edgy.
Yeah, like XX at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
That kind
Phase.
of line. Yeah. Phase Milky. I like his collectibles. I was sad to see the joke about Gon thinking Aniki referred to Illumi excluded, especially since it was in the manga. Wait, did he have a thought?
That's right. Yeah.
He did have a thought. He was like, is he going to call Illumi?
Yeah, yeah.
That. Okay. That dang. I am kind of sad that's not in here then. That would have been a funny bit.
Yeah, it would have.
Okay. Episode 50. Out of all the filler that's in 99, the most unrealistic is that Gon talks to his grandma.
Yeah.
Very true. I'm kidding, but according to my memory, he never addresses her in the manga or 2011, and it's weird. The only reasonable theory is that they've had severe beef and actually hate each other.
Yeah,
That'd be
she's just
such
a
good
character that's always fallen into the background to me. Like, I really never. If you remember when we first got to the Whale Island stuff, I forgot she even existed straight up. I just, like, I don't know. She just doesn't have much of a presence in other adaptations or the source material. But here,
Yeah,
it made me remember her more because she actually, like, says things.
yeah. Like she's
So,
actually conversating with Gon and Mito and
yeah.
Killua. Very weird.
Yeah.
Useless fact about Grandma Abe. If you think
Abe.
about it, Abe. My bad. Why did I say Abe? Shit.
Abe Lincoln.
You can tell, like, when we're at this point in the episode, like, I start, like, slurring my words together, like, very badly.
Yeah, I think we were both guilty of it. It's fine.
Yeah. If you think about it, she is not his grandma, and Aunt Mito is not his aunt in canon. Mito is Gon's cousin once removed, and Abe, being Mito's grandma, is Gon's great-grandma. But it would be stupid if he called them that, so this is a pointless observation.
Yeah.
What a conundrum we have here.
Continuing, Killua talking to Mito with the intimate focus on his expressions with just the slightest bird chirpage in the background and the pretty noise of wind chimes cued to the slow smile makes me think how much better the scene would be if only there were loud-ass crickets drowning out the entire audio mix. I don't know. I hear you, man, but I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'll listen to it again. Maybe I wasn't like locked in enough. I like the detail of the messenger bird liking Gon. Oh, I didn't even pick up on that. That's
Wow,
cute,
that's incredibly cute, actually.
Yeah. I love that. I feel like 2011 sort of dropped the ball in regards to establishing early on Gon's affinity for animals and the idea that good hunters are loved by animals. Yeah, I'll give you that for sure. 99 goes out of its way to remind you of that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, Killa's second worst outfit follows the door knocker shirt outfit. Those pants were ugly in this and 2011. In 2011, I like the red shirt and weird black arm things with the necklace, but it couldn't save the pants, and it's no better here. Yeah, it's not great. I like that Hunter x Hunter-verse unicorns appeared to be some sort of humanoid or simian-horned creature opposed to a horse. I wonder what this says about Hunter x Hunter versus Christianity, since unicorns represent Christ reincarnated. Is that right? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. If that's the case, okay. Well.
Huh. I didn't even know unicorns were like a Christian thing. That's fascinating.
And granted, I can't remember the last time I've ever Googled a unicorn lore.
Well, yeah, so. If ever.
Yeah.
Was Jesus reborn as just some guy with a horn? That's rad. Maybe.
That's a thought.
Very nice OST as Dalsone assesses the finds. I did not remember this piano song, but it's nice. Yeah, I love all of the piano stuff in 99. It is so nice.
They nail any piano tracks for sure.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's the one thing they are very consistent on with this OST.
Mm-hmm. Baze looks a lot more on model too. For much of 49, episode 49, it looked almost as though she was drawn through a fisheye lens effect. Yeah, it did actually.
That probably explains why it looked like her eyes were like so far up. On
yeah,
her head, stuff like that.
But I'm not sure if it was intentional. Dalsone is posing very fabulously with the strike a pose sound effects clashing with the soft piano OST. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but nothing ever comes of the whoever loses does one thing for the winner thing, right? I'm waiting. I don't think so, but maybe I don't remember. I was thinking the same thing.
I had the same thought, but I thought maybe I was just being stupid and I just don't remember the moment where that was actually utilized. But now I'm feeling reinforced on my conclusion.
Yeah, we'll see. I remember that it's in the manga, and unless I'm misremembering, it's another Togashi-ism where he just neglects the rule of Chekhov's gun. Yeah, he does.
He does do that a lot, huh?
He really does. Gon brings up that he won, and then they just move on from the topic. Somehow, I am still not used to Hisoka's voice. It is very different, but I got used to it, personally. I generally dislike Hunter x Hunter dubs, sorry, but when it comes to 99 Hisoka, I'm oddly more familiar with his dub voice because Brendan Hunter lent his voice to a few really old abridged series.
Whoa.
I don't know who that is. I like the 2011 dub though. He has an eponymous YouTube channel, by the way, in case you want to hear him sing a Christmas song in the Hisoka voice.
Whoa.
Really?
Gotta play that on the family TV during Christmas.
Yeah. To give credit to this VA, though, his voice is making my skin crawl, so his delivery is clearly working as intended. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it works.
I like 99's ability to be a bit gorier with its increased realism and more muted colors. Well, sometimes it's far less gorier, though. They've weirdly censored stuff a lot.
Incredibly weird stuff, yeah. Which makes me more curious as to how like these next few episodes are going to go down in actuality. But
yeah,
that's for next week.
Yes. The ex-bodyguard pinned to the wall appears not only to have been encased in something, as was shown in 2011, but also mangled and melted in a way that implies the torturous end that resulted in the expression he's frozen in. Yeah. Episode 51, I'm very amused that they're shown driving from the airport into the desert. The studio didn't know that New York has nothing close to a desert, I guess, or maybe the characters just teleported to Arizona. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in the manga too, though. There is a desert very close to Yorknew. Yeah. It's like a Arizona fusion.
Yeah, I just like to imagine that like they just really wanted to use New York as the inspiration, and they didn't do any research into the geography around it whatsoever. So
yeah.
Drop the desert in there. Why not?
Why not?
Continuing on the last part of Filler Memoir's comment, I'm glad 1999 kept Phaeton's broken Japanese. As am I. Very happy.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't know why 2011 omitted that, but it's a shame. We've talked about it before, but like me discovering that like Phaeton always had like broken like Japanese and like that was as intended was like it was like a shell-shocked moment for me. Like I could not believe it.
Yeah, I remember talking about that on the show when we were reading the manga for the first time,
so
or when you were. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, everyone's made this observation a million times, but Kurlo just looks like Steve Carroll, and I hate it.
Indeed.
Don't remind me. Okay. Another example of my not liking the usage of an OST is this flute music behind Uvogan celebrating the order to kill everyone. The music is paced differently than the conversation, so it distracted me. It worked perfectly playing behind Dalzone's internal monologue in the adjacent scene, so I think some OSTs just specifically shouldn't score conversations. Again, like, it did not bother me at all.
Yeah.
Part, so I can't really relate. But I get it at the same time, though. I get what you're trying to say here.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice that the animators think this is what Manhattan is like. Going to Killua should have been hit by a car that's not signaling by this point. The market is conspicuously culturally homogenous and severely lacking in fake designer brand purses and gyro cards. Just jokes aside, it appears as though Yorknew was modeled off of Sicily in large part. Perhaps the animators knew exactly what Manhattan looked like and chose intentionally not to make it accurate for the sake of aesthetics, and so they wouldn't have to make every scene infested with cars. Yeah, if you just put streets and cars in every single corner of which they're doing stuff in, I guess it would just look a little homogenous, I guess is the best way to put it. Right?
They could just be in like a Little Italy section of Yorknew, because we do see plenty of parts of Yorknew that are just cars and roads and packed ass highways and shit. So I don't know. It must just be like a smaller part of the city.
Right. Which is how I always envisioned it anyways, so it's whatever. The dramatic head tilts to the Leorio reveal was wonderful. Fun fact, Leorio's Beetle phone is referenced in the manga Teenage Renaissance David for some reason. I love Leorio in this episode. He's so funny.
Yeah, that's a manga about Renaissance paintings going to high school with each other.
That's interesting.
It's like fascinating.
God, that's like what's that one? The name of that like American TV show where like it had like the presidents
Clone High.
To high school. Clone High, yeah, that sounds like very Clone High.
Yeah, actually, it kind of is like Clone High, sort of.
That's cool though. Why the Beetle phone specifically? What in the world?
I don't remember. Well, Maybe I kind of remember it, but not really.
I didn't even know you read that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Huh. The more you know. But yeah, no, I love Leorio as well, and can't wait to see more of him.
Yes.
And that's going to do it for community comments this week. Thank you guys for writing in. I'll give the reminder again, if you want to have your comment potentially read on the show on any given week, make sure you keep an eye out for the YouTube community posts, as well as our call-out posts on Twitter and Bluesky. And of course, if you want to email us your thoughts at any given point, you can always do so at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com.
Yes, sir. And with that, this has been the Hunter Association. Thank you so much for listening. We are available on all major podcasting platforms as well as YouTube for the video version. And be sure to follow, rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter at TXHXAPod as well as Bluesky at THAPod for updates on the show and as an alternative way to submit responses to the weekly call-out posts. As always, we'll be at the same time every week talking about Hunter x Hunter. Dylan, where can people find you online?
You can find me online at DJ Tengen. That's DJTENGEN on Twitter and Bluesky. Still a lot of One Piece card game stuff at the moment, although I'm playing Pokemon Legends ZA right now, and tweeted a thought or two on my Twitter about that already. So go check out my Twitter there if you're interested in seeing what I'm up to with that game.
Right on. You can find me on Bluesky and YouTube at Manga Kaige. Talking about manga.
Yeah, you got a lot to talk about soon with that Axe Wave. That'll be fun.
Yeah, the episode going up on Monday will be a big one. There's a lot to talk about. It's very interesting Axe Wave.
Longest Kaitagami section of all time incoming.
Yeah, I got a lot to say. That's well, that's crazy.
That'll be an interesting chapter for you to read tomorrow, I'm sure.
I'm so interested to see how that goes. Yeah, that's all we got for this week. Just a reminder, we are fully committing to 99 currently, aside from character retrospectives, which will still be at the first week of every month. But we are doing 99 until the manga returns, which may be later than we thought. I'm feeling more so January as of this very moment, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. So there is still a chance we finish 99 before the manga returns, but if that happens, then we're caught up.
The most we could probably finish is Yorknew. I don't think we'll be able to do. We'll see. Because Greed Island's 20-something episodes still.
Yeah, there's a lot of assumptions still, but never know. Never know with Higashi, right?
Yeah, we'll see. Next week we will be talking about Hunter x Hunter 1999 episodes 52 through 54. Check them out.
See you there. Yeah.
That's right. All right, thanks for listening or watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, guys.
Take care, everyone.